Okay. Oh, I should have went and got water before I did this. Well, well, I forgot to do that. Forgot to do that. That's for sure. Very cool. Love how they I can't stand how stupid like Streamlabs is. Like, how can you not implement this right? All sorts of goofy. Why can't you implement stuff right? Why don't you have a default standard monetization setting? How you doing? How you doing, Cosmic? Do 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 do. Oh, excuse me. Oh, tired. Ugh. I took like 2 naps today. It feels good. That's good. Yeah, make sure you're well rested. Make sure you're well rested. I fell asleep. It was pretty nice. And then I woke up and came down here and just hunted for about 2 hours, roughly around. And like I'll go lie for a bit. Ah, man, holy crap! I haven't really been in the mood to stream lately. Like the last like 3 days, like I just haven't really felt like doing it. I don't know why. Just at that point, I guess, where it's like I want to take a little break, but you can't really take breaks. You can't really take breaks when you stream. Kind of how it goes. I've been a little demotivated because people like aren't getting notifications and all that type of stuff. Like there's a lot to it. There's a lot to it. I've been pretty annoyed with how YouTube's setting up their stuff. Like I just want to have my stuff go out and get notifications and then we're good to go. But it seems like all the time. Okay. How you doing, Red Keys? How are you? Me at the Discord. In fact, just started. Yeah, I wasn't going to, if I'm being fair, for like another hour or so. I just haven't been in the mood to stream too much lately. I've been tired, and I've been like, I don't know, like Legends of Arceus. I'm just like, I just need more info on. It's been making me like, kind of like bored of Pokemon because I feel like once that comes out, it's gonna be all goofy. Everything is. Not that I've been bored of Pokemon, but the idea of a lot of it, son of a bitch. I think I just added a whole bunch to the encounter, possibly. Fuck. I don't know if I did. I don't know if I added to the encounter or not. But I was at in the Discord. Gotta wake up. Did you try this in Sword and Shield and it didn't go well? Yep. Yep. But we're back on the grind for it in this one. I'll go back to the one Sword and Shield. It's just that it sucks. You can take a break before RCC if you get it. Well, I mean, I can't really take a break, sadly. Like, with, like, streaming, you have to consistently keep streaming, or else, like, you lose your following really fast. Kind of sad, but that's how it goes. I'm over 4,000 odds on Giratina. Oh, my goodness. What a goofy hunt. Everyone else's stuff. I get them. I okay, what's wrong with everyone else's stuff? For what? Sorry if I misread. Oh, you mean notifications. Notifications, yeah. Like, a lot of people haven't been getting them. And, it's just frustrating because like Twitch has better notification settings, Twitch has better notification settings. How you doing, Anthony? How are you? Okay, we're good. Yeah, I need to get this Regice out of the way. I'm not sure if you saw Anthony, but I'm on phase 10 for Gibble. 6 Bronzors, 2 Zubats, and 1 Geodude. So I'm like, I have to take a break from this because I can keep going. Like, it wasn't a problem with taking a break like that. It's more so like I'm stagnant in my hunts. Like there's no variety at the moment with all these shinies. So doing 3 days to 4 days of the same hunt, it's and then getting like so many repeats, it's not gonna it doesn't do good for the like a future comp video or something. So I was like, I'll take a little break, get the Regice. I'll take a little break. But yeah, no, I just been looking up computer stuff today when I was just relaxing before bed, weighing out the pros and cons if I get a laptop or just build another computer. Right now, from the looks of it, like it doesn't really matter either or, because I think I fixed this computer up, so I don't really have problems. Don't really have problems like I had before, so I can just get a laptop. It'll be a lot better. I'm not a streamer, so I don't. Yeah, no, you're all good. You're all good. It just sucks because like when you stop streaming for a bit, people just leave. Like they just do. Like you'll get people that stay, obviously, but like the general like public, they just like like the general people that just stop by and like will watch every day, but only if you're consistent. They'll just like disappear. So it kind of sucks. Like also there's people that like the exception to the rule and whatnot, but for the general like viewer, was there really a check? They just dip out after a while. How you doing, mine bro? How you doing? Let's see, I'm probably around odds for my Swablu eggs. Well, RC drives would be rough as a streamer. Legends RC, is that what you're saying? Which ones? Sorry if I misread that. See, this I fucked up. Oh, great. Not to really pay attention, because if one of them sparkles, it's fucking game over. Okay, we're good. It's really hard to do this hunt. Like, if you get out of sync with the startup at the exact same time, it gets you so fucked up. But yeah, I haven't really been feeling the mood to stream. Like, my uncle's been in and out of the hospital a lot. He's been, he has like some type of like exposed vein or something, or like a cut vein or some other shit, And he's like, so we're not sure what's gonna happen with him. So like, I don't want to like start a stream and all of a sudden, have to get off because that type of stuff, and then, just been in a weird mood, I guess. That's like one reason why I kind of forgot about that. But so there's like a lot of weird stuff going on that I just like, I want to take a break, but you can't really do that. So yeah, how you doing, Sab? How are you? I mean, you're 70 hours on Mesprit Kit and kind of sick of it. Yeah, no, I can imagine. Have you thought about taking a little break and hunting something else? It's hard to take breaks from stuff. Like even taking a break, like, I didn't want to take a break from Gibble. I could have kept going. I think it'd be kind of fun, honestly, see how long it took to get the thing continuously with no breaks. The problem is, like, it just wouldn't have, like, that much good content, Like, eventually, I just wouldn't be really reacting to it. The bronze would just be kind of sitting there. And, like, it'll just be kind of like, one of those things where it's like, if I had like a large following like that reversal hunt or something like that, that would make sense to keep going. You have like the support, the backers and whatnot. But like someone that's like a small streamer going to like phase 10 on something, it's just kind of like, is it really worth it? That's kind of, I see. I hope he heals up. My grandpa's in the hospital in bad shape with COVID, so I know how I feel. Yeah, no, I hope he'll be okay. I appreciate it. My uncle, he's been an addict for a good amount of his life, and he has a lot of health problems due to that. And with that being said, he has really bad blood pressure, and he was like bleeding through his eyes and his nose, and now there's like some veins exposed. So we're not really sure what's going to happen with that, but hope for the best. But I hope your grandpa does okay. That's never good to hear. See, I'm out of sync again, so I have to start paying attention. I'm just like reading chat. This is also why I hate to do it. Like, I hate stream during this hunt exactly, because it's so hard to pay attention to see if things are shiny, because you get so many weird pop-offs. Like, I know when it does happen, it's gonna pop, but me being like an anxious person with this hunt, just sucks. Because, like, for example, I was hunting this in Sword and Shield, and I got about 14k encounters in with no shiny. So like, I'm going through that again where it's like, oh man. And that whole time I had to really pay attention to make sure I didn't miss it, rewinding the stream, looking at stuff. It's usually when you push yourself to do things you don't want to because it's like a chore. Yeah, just be aware of that. Yeah, no, I know. Trust me, I know. Like, today's gonna be a chore. This hunt's gonna be a chore because I really gotta pay attention. I really didn't want to do this, but it's like, I gotta get it done, so it has to get out of the way. I think for you to blow up is to make up a brand. You mean like blow up in views or whatever have you? Yeah, I'm kind of like half and half on that type of stuff. It's really, really weird. I know ways to get out there. I know ways to get like more like, people following, all that type of stuff. Like, I get that. But like, the problem is I don't want to be that type of person. I don't want to suck dick to get there, essentially. In some cases, literally. In some cases, literally in this, you never know. But yeah, no, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know, maybe in time. I've been thinking about going to what's it called, Twitch, for 2 to 3 days out of the week. Back to Twitch. I know that sounds dumb, but like YouTube has just been so goofy. Like there's so many people I'm getting messages from that are like, I'm not getting notifications. I've been refreshing your page and it's not showing when you're live. So it's like I don't know what to do. I mean, the best thing to do is join the Discord and have your notifications on the Discord. As annoying as it is, but only have like ats. You know, when I at everyone, that's like the only way. You know. Okay, see, I keep getting out of sync because I'm not paid. See, this is why I hate streaming this hunt. I get so out of sync and it fucks it all up. It fucks it all up. This hunt sucks, dude. It doesn't suck that bad if you're playing 1 or 2 games, but you're playing 6 games. It's really fucking brutal. Because it gets out of sync so fast. Anyway, how you doing, Skybomb? Oh, so wait, you are continuing the starter hunts. He's continuing the starter hunt. He got his Turtwig and said he wants to go for the second one. He wants to go for the Chimchar Piplup. Sorry to hear about the Starly, but hey, at least it's, you know, both. Yeah, I'll pray for your grandpa too. Thank you, Anthony. It means a lot. Means a lot. Let's see. I found a website with almost all of the old Pokemon games, so I started a playthrough of Pokemon Black at my school. Chromebook. Oh, that's dope. That's dope. YouTuber sends me notifications. I have my Discord. Exactly. It's stupid. It's even when people ring the bell. It's. I'm not sure if sometimes I say some stuff on here that the YouTube like audio recognition software might pick up and go, look, we can't promote this guy. He's talked about some stuff that we don't really care for. So I mean, it might be on my fault too. To be fair, at times like that does happen. But like, I don't know. It's just goofy. How you doing, Gerard? Yeah, I want to get this hunt out of the way as fast as possible. I want to get out as fast as possible. At least in this game, like I have so many pop up at once, and it's not in like a weird cave where like it's darker. Like at least it's all bright in this area, so I can see it a bit better, and not like, you know, worrying about shades. Well, I am worried about shades. Sometimes like clouds will overgo your head. This game's kind of goofy. But yeah, for the most part, I haven't really been playing my 3DS. I'm so like invested into this hunt. I gotta really pay attention to it. But yeah, no, I'm the problem that this game has is that it shows your trainer if it's good IVs, you know, and then it shows the Pokemon. But when you're multi-hunting, it'll do that, and it's a huge mess up. I know, isn't that stupid, mine, bro? Isn't that so dumb? That stuff happens all the time. That stuff happens to me all the time too. I never get notifications for anyone that I want to watch when they pop up stream. It's always like, this person's streaming something weird, and I don't even know the person. I'm not even interested in the content. It's so goofy. It's just how it goes. But yeah, and the best way to make sure you get notifications is through Discord, just like, you know, because I always post there. But that's just kind of how it is. We streamed for a little bit this morning. I just wanted to like chill and do like about like a 3-hour stream. I was falling asleep during the stream. I've been so tired lately. Just the other day I did like a 24-hour. I was up for 24 hours, about 25 hours. I hunted after like that after that egg lock. I hunted for about like 8 hours or so, and I got like just off, like, you know, on camera, but like off stream, I got like the 4 bronzors, and I got a full odds Pidove on my black version right here, or my white version, whichever one it is. I got very lucky with that, but wasn't the target, so kind of heartbreaking. I'll probably upload that video in due come time. But I think we're going to try to start going for the legendaries, honestly. Like, I have to start pushing on the work for that. I want to be the first person to get all the legendaries in this game, but the problem is, I just took too long to start doing Raminus Park, and I'm pretty sure I won't be able to do it. I don't know how deep people are, and I know one person, he's pretty deep into it. He got like, I think there's like, what, 17? He probably has like about 8 or 10 of them. So I think I took too long on that one. So we'll see how that goes. But that was one of the goals when this game came out. Like, that was like one of the original ones, but the starter hunts took way too long, where I'm like, I don't feel like going through that whole entire mess, you know? I still haven't done Sword and Shield. Thanks to Shy Hunt, I haven't even done Marines Battle after becoming champion or the Galorian Star League, whatever it is. Yeah, I've only Shy Hunted. I've like I literally beat the game just to Shy Hunt. I didn't even know like there's extra stuff with Marini and whatnot. I didn't even know. Like the one thing is kind of cool. The DLC, like the little mini story with Calyrex and whatnot was kind of cool, but overall pretty dumb. But I did like it. I think it was a better story than Sword and Shield's whole thing. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to Legends Arceus. I watched the new trailer, like the little mini trailer that came out. Once again, it's resource management. Everyone loves resource management, you know. Everyone loves resource management. That's why they put it into Pokemon. It's not like the only thing that we've been complaining about the whole entire time is resources. You know? How you doing, Umbreon? Yeah, I don't know why things aren't getting sent out. What I recommend you doing is go to my Discord and turn on the at everyone settings, but turn off all the other settings. That way, like, you know, every time I go live, you'll get a Discord notification. And it'll only be for at everyone's, essentially. Because YouTube's fucking trash, and they were a bunch of goofies. How you doing, Chris? How are you? Yeah, they don't like it because they all use him in competitive. Is that why? Is he really busted? No, what'd you get? What'd you get, Umbreon? I haven't. What's your luck looking like? Oh, you found the shine star going to the second gym. Oh, okay. I thought you were going. You saw it like through the other thing. Well, congrats on that one. I thought you meant you found it through soft resets. My bad. Because I knew that you said you wanted to keep hunting the starters. How you doing, Chris? Nice to see you again, my man. Nice to see you again. Yeah, like, man, Arcee's gonna have more stuff, you know? More bullshit things. Where it's like, remember how everyone in Let's Go, they played Let's Go, and like the worst part of Let's Go was the fleeing Pokemon, the weird shiny odds, and the amount of resource management you had to go through, collecting berries and collecting enough berries to sell berries to be able to buy more Ultra Balls. And everyone complained about that. Like, so many people complained about that. So sure enough, what's the best thing they do? Well, they release Sword and Shield, which has some like, it's kind of like the opposite with if you did the raid dens and whatnot. But then you go to like the Isle of Armor and whatnot, you get the fucking Cramorant thing, you know? If you want to get really cool stuff, like really cool Pokeballs, it takes forever to get them, you know? So like that's back, like it progressed where it's like, okay, getting resources isn't as bad now. And also it goes backwards than that. And now we get Arceus. They're like, actually, let's go back to having to hoard resources again. So, whoops. I know, I'm pretty salty about that because I'm not a person that likes to sit there and grind resources, you know, unless it's like in like a fun way. So we'll see. Do better still in isolation until Thursday. Currently, Shy Hunt is Sneasel. You must assume that's a path of time. Ooh, I wish you luck. Shy Sneasel so epic. I got lucky with the full odds win in this game. I got really lucky with that. Got Shiny Hunt. Oh no, I did see that. I forgot to reply to you. I did see that. I was gonna say congrats, but I think I was busy either putting in my resets or I just fell asleep. I mostly check my Discord right when I'm falling asleep. And then full odds Zubat and Lost Tower, bro. That's crazy. Maybe before I was done EV training, I got Poke Rust. That's so wicked. That's so wild. Is it weird saying your own name when referring to someone else's? Oh, I mean like when I said, hey, like Chris? I kind of like it. Because it's like that relatability of having the same name. But it can be weird sometimes because it almost sounds like you're talking in the third person, or like it kind of sounds like I don't know, like, but I like it for the most part. Like when people have the same names with me, that's pretty cool. It's weird when there's more than one Chris. And then people go like, well, they'll call me Chrissy. And in person, I'm not really the biggest fan of that. In the sense of like it just sounds a little gay. Online, I don't mind it because it's kind of like a endearing, like, you know, nice, friendly type of thing. I'm more of a fan of Chris, but online it feels like it's a more like, I don't know, like a connectivity thing. It's kind of just a funny thing. In person, it's kind of weird. I don't mind it sometimes. It just depends who says it. It just depends who says it, honestly. 225 hours into Shining Pearl. Finally got my Shiny Chimchar. Congrats, Aztec. Congrats. Glad you finally got it. Everyone's getting their shines now for it, you know? Everyone's starting to get it. I'm doing it with the eggs. Oh, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, no, I don't blame you. Doing it with the eggs. Yeah, that's way better. In the sense of, like, it just takes too long to do the soft resets, honestly. I fucked up this one, too. I have 30 unhatched. 1 second. Okay, we're good. This hunt sucks, by the way, guys. I'm salty for the people that got extremely fast. I have 30 unhatched Moonball Masuna Hondar for chat if anyone wants one. Might get strike. You know, keep them. I'll take them. In the future, I want to do a shiny egg lock. Unless, like, you're trying to... Oh, how you doing, by the way, George? Sorry, I meant to say hi. Keep them for me because I want to do a shiny egg lock with viewers' eggs. I need roughly anywhere from like 30 eggs from each person, but most people are only going to want to do like 5 or 10. So if you want to keep them for me, I'd appreciate it. Gonna do some max raids. Yo, max raids. I liked max raids. I didn't really care for Dynamax Adventures. The max raids, I wish they were just a little bit faster, but I hate when that happens. I hate being out of sync so much, guys. You don't understand. Like, being out of sync with my games is one of the most annoying things. Like, that's the easiest way to piss me off, is get me out of sync on my games. And that's just right there. Let me see. Okay, no pops. No pops. I'm just going to add 6, even though it's supposed to be 5, just because I don't feel like going back and readjusting it. I hate when that happens. Yeah, I'll take them. I mean, unless someone really needs it, then they can have it. But, like, yeah, no. So pretty much every single one's a shiny. Yeah, and that's kind of why I don't like doing them either. Like, the only way I would really do next raids if I just do it myself. I mean, Dynamax Adventures to Hunt Legends. Yeah, no, I get you. That's what I was thinking you meant. Personally, I'm a big fan of the raids, like, back in the day. Just being able to use your own Pokemon. Big fan of that. However, the multiple shields on the cool stuff, very stupid. Not a fan of that. But no, I miss doing the raids. But I never liked the Dynamax Adventure raids. I hated them. I think I said, like, right from the gate I didn't like them. Like, right when I started doing them, I'm like, this sucks. I can't bring my own Pokemon in there. It's too inconsistent. If they had a mode that I could just bring my own Pokemon in, I would like them, because I know what buttons I can use. The A button, just to spam the one singular move I have that kills everything. The one singular move that will always make sure I don't have to, like, worry about. You know, I could play like 8 games then. I could play so many Dynamax Adventures that way. Oh, nice. That's really cool, Skybomb. That's some luck. Yeah, I thought about we might go back to Dynamax Adventures in the future. I mean, not Dynamax Adventures, the Dynamax Raids. Maybe we'll do Dynamax Adventures at some point, but the normal Dynamax Raids, the Max Raids, and just hosting them, non-shiny, just looking for a shiny. Pretty much just drop a wishing piece in. You know, just battle through it. Hope we get something cool. I just don't like how, like, devalued stuff is in Sword and Shield. It's so fucked up. It's so fucked up. I was a big fan of max raids. I just wish the only problem I had with max raids was, like, I wish I could do more back to back, like drop on like 5 and it'd be almost like a Dynamax adventure. Or more so, they didn't have, like, ridiculous shields that, like, you know that you would kill them, like, at like 5 times the speed. But it just took too long. I think the payout for Dynamax Adventures would have been better if they did. I mean, the payout for max raids. It's so hard to fucking say between the two, because everyone always talks about Dynamax Adventures and no one talks about the max raids anymore. I feel like if the max raids would have had to where they had something like the Dynamax Adventures, the game would have been totally fine. Like, it would have been fixed. People would still be shiny hunting that a lot more. But once, like, everyone's just got shines of every Pokemon, it just kind of, you know, it made people not really hunt for them or not want to hunt for them, because all the ways to hunt for them were busted. They weren't too fun unless you're Masuda methoding. But, like, even then, that's, like, not even that fun. But a lot of people like Masuda method. I personally hate it. I think it's fun to do, like, every once in a while. And for, like, a hunt Well, see, what they had to do is that's just release certain things that aren't in the base games, so they can hype me up to want a Masuda hunt. Like when they brought over like all what's called Glory and Slowpoke, that was so fun to Masuda hunt because it was brand new. It was like the first time a Pokemon like that was coming out, you know, and like everyone was all hyped up for it to get the shiny first, you know. So I really feel like that needed to be a thing, you know. That like something like that has to be a thing where they slowly will bring in Pokemon that weren't like originally in the game, and then have to where it's just through Masuda. I mean, sure, bringing Pokemon can be found in the wild too, but just every once in a while Masuda. That way I can be pumped up to Masuda method. You know, I missed that. I think I missed out on that encounter. You know, I like the idea of Dynamax Adventures, just implemented horribly. And full odds hunting in that game for Dynamax Adventures is fucking horrible. And I'm not about to go get the Shine Charm again. You know, I had to redo 2 of my accounts, so I'd have to go all the way through that again. And I'm just not ready to do that. I'm just not ready to do that. I should start collecting all Pokemon for like a living dex in home, but right now I'm not paying for home yet. I don't really want to. I'm pushing that off as long as I can. I don't really care for Pokemon Home. It's very useful, especially for like releasing Pokemon, and it has like its potential storing all my shinies. So if anything happens to like my switches or something, but at the same time, it's like $15. I'm good. I'm good. Whoops. How you doing, Stella? Do you think the stars and legends are supposed to be shine like that? I really don't know. I don't know because like half the time I look at the game, like, is this game even going to be huntable? What are they going to do with this game? It seems so like weird and foreign to me how they're setting up this game. So I really don't even know if they're going to be locked or not. I would assume they won't lock it only because there's new forms being added into it. But then again, they locked, you know, the stars and Sword and Shield, but you could also Masuda method them. So they didn't really lock them as like a forever shiny hunt lock, but they locked them for that starter hunt, you know? So, like, well, honestly, I don't think the stars will be locked in the sense of, like, you know, shiny. They'll probably have a shiny sprite, you know, in the game. They'll probably be able to get them if you. I don't know. Like, you start thinking, wait a second, what if there's no breeding in that game? They haven't really talked about breeding yet, have they? Or shown any like eggs hatching, have they? So if there's no breeding, they have to have it, or else like you're not gonna be able to get it, you know. How you doing, Angel? So I haven't replied to you yet or looked at your message. I had a lot going on today, so I just kind of kept to myself until right now. So I apologize. I did see it before I went live. Like I saw those. You sent me one. I just didn't look at it yet. Yeah, I really don't know, Ryan. Like I want everything to be huntable, but sometimes when I look at this game, it's like it just seems weird. Like the way that the boss battles are, there's no breeding yet, so I'm assuming there has to. Yeah, if there's no breeding, then they have to have the starters in there. No wait, there's no abilities. Yeah, because I knew that I was saying for a while. I was pretty sure. Like when I first saw the trailer, there'd be no breeding. Like I was like 99% sure. Like I was 99% sure there'd be no breeding. Because you want to know why? How are they gonna do the encounters? You know, like with the eggs hatching. What if you're in the air flying around, and will that count for like encounter rates, like the steps wise? So I could see that. So that's kind of stupid. But I don't mind because I don't care about breeding. I hate breeding, so that's totally fine with me. And then of course I didn't think there's no abilities. I mean, I don't mind there being no held items, but no abilities? So no arena trap, so everything can run away? So everything has a chance to run away, is what you're telling me, before I even interact with it. Awesome! Oh! Man, this game just feels weird. I don't know. It feels like there's something off about it. I mean, there's been leaks saying that, you know, there's shiny Pokemon in it. But, like, I don't know. Maybe there's a limit. Maybe they're making it a certain way. Like I said, wouldn't be the first game they like limited shinies on. Like Mystery Dungeon has shinies, but there's only 28 of them. They're like 300 to 400 Pokemon in it. Is there even battle in this game? Yeah, the battle actually looks like it could be cool, but at the same time kind of stupid. I feel like the battling looks like really. I'll be honest. I know there's mean Lookmon, but like at the same time, you'd have to throw out the Pokemon, you have to activate it and whatnot. But the problem is that like you can't activate that mean look before like you get into the battle. That's what I'm getting at. It's like the Starly could just fly away without getting stuck by the ability Arena Trap. It's like I was hoping it'd be like an active, like passive ability. Well, they can't run if you start a battle before they run or capture them. Or you wait. They can't run if you start a battle before they run. Well, yeah, I do know that. Well, I mean, I bet there's gonna be some options to make them to let them run. But I'm talking about like I wanted arena trap to be a passive ability in the game, to where they can't like, you know, just like fly off. Like it wouldn't be like the first time we had passive abilities. Like there's tons of passive abilities that also always work. Pressure, you know, you have all this type of stuff. So to me, it's like that's just fucking goofy. But do you wait? How do you know all about this Legends Arceus? There's some stuff that's been released recently, a lot of like trailers and whatnot. Long story short, overall Pokemon run away like in Let's Go. Yeah, exactly. Well, they won't run away like in Let's Go. Let's Go, they don't ever really. They just despawn. Like they don't ever like actually like run away. Well, Abra runs away. Abra's the only only Pokemon that will run away, essentially. But they just despawn. More so this game, they'll actually run away. They'll actually fly away. Unless you mean like they can run away when you're in battle. My bad. If I know, George, I know that, but I mean like it would be nice to have that as an active thing now, because like this is a completely new game. So like it would make sense that the arena trap would work like that, you know? Maybe I remember. I lied. There was a few Pokemon that would run away before battle. Okay, I take that back. I forgot. I didn't really hunt the wild area, but there's a few of them that would run away from me because they were scared. Okay, I lied. I take it back to our West because there was a few that did that. Just not in a... Wait, no, that not in Let's Go. Not in Let's Go, but in Sword and Shield. Sorry, I got all mixed up. Run, despawn, same thing. Well, more so, there really was some that did run away from you in that. But run and despawn are completely different. Run is that it's intentionally programmed to have them fly away from you. Despawn, they just despawn. Like, it's just a 30 to 20 second despawn. And that's just a dumb game mechanic. Because I would say I was getting caught up on the words, but in that case, like, this is like a legit thing. Like, this was programmed for them to run away from you. Like, this is a intentional, it's a active thing to avoid you, where despawning is just despawning. It's not like trying to avoid you. It's just despawning. Sword and Shield had some Pokemon that would run away from you, but they didn't have overworld shinies, so that's like not a big deal. But Sword and Shield, or Let's Go did. I don't think they can run if you start the battle. Okay, then there'll only be like exceptions where it's like, you know, like a teleport or something like that, something, you know, set up like that. My next thing would be like, how's it gonna work with how close you have to be to initiate a battle? That's like another thing I'm worrying about. Yeah, and that's what I meant. I wasn't trying to be an ass and try to like win an argument. I just meant like in general, when it comes to this particular thing, I'm pretty like annoyed by it, you know, because like you never know what's gonna happen. So I don't ever want to seem like I'm trying to fucking prove you wrong over bullshit. I don't really care about that. It's the point of like, to be exact, this is like a much more irritating thing than past games because they are actively, possibly trying to avoid you. I watched the Egglock stream and witnessed the birth and death of my child. Yeah, no, I realized it was yours, bro. I realized it was yours. Like later on, when you came to the stream the other day, I was like, oh, it's yours. I realized it was yours. My bad. If you want to revive it, you can always send one revive over, but you only get one item per every 4 gyms. I think that's how we're gonna work it out. Maybe it'll be once per game. Each person that joined the Egglock has one singular item they can give me to use, and it'll actually use its effect. So if you want to revive one, you know, that's how it goes. I found a shiny statue. Nice. Save your mining for post game, bro. It just has like a little like heads up. Save your mining for post game. Do not mine just because right now, because it's fun. Just wait until you beat the game, because the worst part of this game is spending like 10 hours to like 20 hours mining, and then having to come back after you get sick of mining, after you beat the game, and have to mine for about 40 more hours to collect all these fucking shards. Battle as long as your ball throw can reach it. I think you. So okay, so like, how do we initiate a battle? Like, in the sense of like, if just say I threw a Pokeball at it, it pops it, it doesn't like it, that'll initiate the battle to some extent. But they could also like do to an Abra. They could do teleport right away, right? And there's a different sequence of ways they move now. Like, it's really weird with how the Pokemon move. It's not as simple like, you know, turn by turn. Some Pokemon might do 3 moves in a row and whatnot. It's like speed is like a possibility, but it's not like so. It's not simple turn by turn. You know what I mean? Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, no. It's just like this game is just very weird, and like it doesn't feel like it's good for shy hunting in the sense. I could be wrong, but like it seems like it could be a game that could be really stupid. Now, if they were to like lock into place how it worked, you know, like if a shy pops up and it won't run away, it won't like look at you and fly away, or like it was like set in stone where the only way you could fail is if you killed it ran out of Pokeballs or like walked away from it because you didn't see it, then I'd be content. But it seems like, you know, or if it had like an ability like teleport or something, it would make a little bit of sense. But it's just so much that I'm not too sure. Throw an empty ball to try to catch it without yeah, that's what I was saying. He's like, I know that like when you look at the Growlithe hunt, he's like 6 feet away and he initiates the battle. Like it zooms in on it for a second, it shows that it wants to battle. So like I'm not sure like if I can like, is it going to be the best to throw a Pokeball to start the battle all the time? Is there a chance that they can run away? Like I just need more info that makes it to where you just never know. And like by the time it comes out, like all this is gonna be pointless and we're gonna know. But like until then, I'm like trying to pre-plan ahead to see if I really want to. How deeply I want to go into this game, how much I want to hunt it. How you doing, Jack? How are you? Let's see. How you doing, Lucas? Sorry, you and Gerard had the same message. I was kind of like confused for a second. I'm like, what the heck? And they had the same color for the wrench. Yours is just a little bit longer than name-wise. Let's see. Wait 1 second. Let me I just realized I don't have live chat on, so let me fix that so it doesn't censor out people's stuff. Oh, I love this. Is there even battle in this game? Yeah, I read that one. I just realized it's zoomed. Okay. Man, that could have been shiny. You'll never know if it. Squelvet that ran away from you was pink. Yeah, you mean like in like Sword and Shield, or like what do you mean like in a? I'm not sure. You're talking about like overworld shinies. They don't have it, or like I'm sorry, I'm a little confused. Let's see. Regice wouldn't know the feeling. I know, right? Wouldn't know the feeling. Hate this fucking game, dude. I hate this hunt. I cannot wait to be done with it. Hey, it's the birthday. The year I was born, 1992. See, that looked like a shiny fucking dude, but I know he's not. He looked like he was shiny for a second, but I know he's not. I know it's not. I just want to make it seem like I was arguing with you though, so I apologize for something. It's just like this game is just I'm so like spooked by it. Leaker already said there'll be so many shiny fails. Okay, good then. Well, I mean, you never know with like how leakers are with some tough stuff, but like I'm a pessimist. When I look at this game, it looks like it's annoying. But hey, if there's shines and there's gonna be a lot of shiny fails, maybe this game isn't for me. But we'll see. I mean, hey, if I figure out a way to like always catch, I'll go for it. See an eye on the UI to see if they spot or not. Yeah, that's true too. That is true. 200 plus on supplies and books a semester. F being an art student, understand paying for books, but why don't they provide? Yeah, I know, right? That's stupid. And you're paying so much money with like tuition and whatnot and all this type of bullshit. I don't know why. Got Shiny Starly at 2,086 REs today, and now doing a Kratos fossil. I wish you luck on the Kratos. Congrats on Starly. That's the second person that got a Starly today. That's funny. First little Skybomb. Now it's you. Ready to have shinies run away from me. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. Like, I feel like this is gonna bring in a new wave of reactions where people will kind of like purposely fail them or like go all their ways so they can get like into like an A drive shiny reaction fail video or something. I feel like it's going to lead to like a lot of like goofy things like that. I literally might just get like a punching bag down here so I can just punch something when I get angry because I feel like I'm going to fail so much in this game. I'll probably avoid a lot of the hunts. I'll probably do a lot of the simpler hunts like for example, like there's like, it's weird. They're not they are headbutting trees, but they're not. They're trees essentially because like you can like, you throw out your Pokemon, and Lucario, for example, will kick a tree and shake it down a Pokemon out of it sometimes. So, like, they're kind of like headbutting trees, but, like, you don't always use your head, you know? So there's, like, a tree shaking in this game that'll bring out Pokemon. If we can hunt them like that, then that will be one I do probably really, really early on. It just depends on the thing. I feel like Voltorb will come from that. I mean, he'll be in the wild, too. But, I mean, like, in the general sense, I feel like that's like, going to be a sweet way to hunt him. Now, I'm not sure how consistent having a Pokemon pop out will be. You know, that's like what I'm kind of wondering. I just don't like failing shiny Pokemon because it's like it's when you even if you get it back, you'll never get that one back. You know, it's always gone forever. So I really don't like that. Yeah, I'll put a punch bag on this Amazon wish list. Yeah, or I'll just get the other Snorlax and start beating the shit out of it every time. Be like an abused wife in the corner. Please stop it. Please stop playing this game. I can't take anymore. Use rest. You'll heal up. smack it around. If they made shinies easier to encounter but harder to catch, I'd be open to give it a go. You know, I get that, but like, and that's like the thing is like with me is that like I don't even care if the shinies are super hard to encounter. I just hate the idea of like losing a shiny. Even if they're super easy to get, I still get angry. Like even when I like would lose like a Rattata that I had 30 of them and Let's Go, it's like it's like I get over it really fast, but it's like it's an annoying thing where like it just doesn't feel good because it's gone forever. It's a -1 forever. It's not like you just because you find another one, that one's not there anymore. It doesn't matter because you don't have that one. That's kind of how I feel. How you doing, Lego? I feel like I gotta catch a shiny. So which one'd you get? We got a Hoot Hoot. Quit the game so it never existed in the first place. Let's see. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. I'm just like not looking forward to. I don't like clipping out my fails either because I hate looking back at my failures. I'm like, no. That's so sad. That's so sad. I think I got it 16 after the shiny turn twig. That's not bad at all. That's not bad at all. The problem I had with the game is that like we just don't know so much, and I feel like a big thing with the game is that like I feel like the spawns are gonna be bad. That's my big like thing. Like I need to know how the spawns are gonna be in the game, and we're gonna have like a spawn system like Let's Go, which was like ideally I think Let's Go is like the perfect spawning system because as long as you got your catch combo up, which increased the rate of the Pokemon spawning constantly, it also made it to where like once you were catching something that was one of that area, it would always spawn up that one of no matter what. Like after you caught it, it would spawn it right away, like no matter what. So like if you did like Hitmonchan in the Victory Road, he would always spawn after you caught him. Like he would spawn up right away. You could do like ladder resets and whatnot. Chansey's like another example that is not a good example, but once you get to, or we could say Bulbasaur is a good example. Once you got to a certain like catch combo, another Pokemon would consistently spawn there. No matter, he would always be on the map. No matter what. Once you despawn, he would spawn right back up. There's very few times where a Bulbasaur would not be on the map once you got to like a catch combo of 11. And of course, like once you caught more of that Pokemon you're catch comboing, it will spawn up at a much higher rate. So like Let's Go spawn rates were really, really good because you could still continually spawn the one shot, like the one Pokemon that was the one of the area constantly. So if you want to just hunt, Bulbasaur, it was super easy to hunt him. You can also do like another thing. Bottom left corner will be shiny tonight. I hope so. I think I would like that because he has a Master Ball, and I'd like to see that. I kind of want to get this hunt out of the way super fast. I want to get Regirock is another hunt I want to get out of the way fast. It only has 20 PP. Not much PP for that Regirock. Sword and Shield spawns were complete garbage. Their spawn rates for Pokemon were abysmal half the time. Like all good Pokemon had horrible spawn rates, and then. It just was a bad spawn system, especially if you're in the overworld, if you're multi-hunting, it's really, even if you're just playing 2 switches, the spawning of like, once you knock one out, you have to sit there for a second and then slowly move to have the thing pop up. That was just garbage because when you're playing 2 games, sometimes you have to like readjust your camera angle because something might be sneaking up behind you. And it's just not feasible to multi-hunting. Even just single hunting is stupid. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. You start with 1 copy of Legends Arceus and Scott. That's what I plan on doing, honestly. The only way I'll go to 2 right away is that if the shinies aren't locked for the starters, but I would like to get all the starters. Another thing I might do is I might have my brother, I might get 3 copies, have my brother start playing through one on one of my Switches while I do 2 resets for the starters on that. So by the time I get done with my starters, I can already be at the end of the game to hunt things, He'll just play through it, Hopefully he'll have a good time. If the shiny stars are locked and the shiny hunt isn't too bad, I might buy 2 copies just so my brother can play with me and we'll both play it the night of release. That's what we'll probably do. And that way I can get further and not be stagnant on a place, Because as you know by me, like if you guys ever saw me when I get a new game, when a new game comes out, I'll sit there and be at the beginning area for like forever. Like in Sword and Shield, I stayed at Roly-Coly for the first 18 hours, obviously. I moved on but stayed within the same area for a long time. I didn't beat the Pokemon League until like a month or 2 after the game got released because there was no need to because all the hunts I wanted were before the Pokemon League, So like in general, at least I believe that's how it went. In general, I'm not a person that mostly completes games. If there's other things I like out there, like when it comes to Pokemon, because there's no need. It's just extra content essentially that I'll go for later on. Like beating the Pokemon game, there's almost no point for me. Like you get like a few extra little things once you beat them. Because I think yeah, no, it was pretty funny stuff. So I might have my brother like play with me in the background, or he'll play. Play with me, or he'll play in the background for me, copies, and we'll see how it goes. Just since there's no breeding, the only way to get shiny stars is from. I know that's what I'm saying. It's like they have to be like not locked, or else you're fucked. And that's exactly what I was saying earlier. It's like they can't not just do that, especially if they're new like Hisuian forms. How are you gonna lock in a Hisuian form? Like have it get released and then lock it. You know what I mean? That's like what I'm getting at. That's why like I feel like it's a good chance there wouldn't be shiny locks in this, like not locks, but like there would be good thing that the high chance there will be shinies in the game. Just do that because there's so many, you know. I remember your first, yeah, it was Roly Coly. It was so good. I love that one. I think my second one was, I don't remember what my second one, I want to say Phalanx. And after Phalanx, I went for something else. I got like a Rickety and what have you. So yeah, no, it was crazy. I do a lot of like the tedious hunts a lot of the times for like these newer games. Like obviously there's way more tedious hunts out like in the old games, like roamers and whatnot. But I do like a lot of like the really like, why are you doing that? Just like, you know, go to the underground or just go over there and do that. Just go over there and do that. Go, you know, that breed it or whatever. And it's like, it's not the point. We got to do the tediousness of it. I don't think there was any shinies there. I know that's what I'm saying too, Draw. I feel the same on both. Like I feel like that since it's new forms, they have to. Like I'm gonna say like 99% sure. I'm pretty sure they won't bring in like the Galorian birds in this game. I wish they did because we could finally have them shiny, you know. But then maybe they'll just lock them. Like, you know what I mean? Like they could do something cool like that. Because if you really think about it, like, there's not many shiny legendaries like in this game that are gonna be new. Like that we haven't gotten a bit. Like we just got Sword and Shield. Like I mean BDSP. And we already got all like you know Ravenous Park. So like this new game has to bring some more stuff. So like you know there's rumors that Tornadus Thunderous and a new what's called Landorus and new forms coming out. So that's 4 right there we can hunt, you know, possibly. Then you have if they brought in like you know the one dudes, that'd be great. They're like 3 Galorian birds. That'd be awesome. That's 3 new ones that we couldn't hunt before, and that'd be super wicked. Now they had to do it right, which who knows if they will. But there's a lot to it. I don't know. Like, there's just like, I just don't know. Yeah, don't mention roamers. Anthony's like, don't mention roamers. I found another mysterious shard. I know. It's so, I mean, I hate these mysterious shards. They're so stupid. The idea was cool, but like, there's no like actual way to improve it. Like, why couldn't we have like statues that improve mysterious shards appearing? That'd make my life 100 times better. Yeah, I would hunt the glowing birds hands down like ASAP. Like I hope they do something like that. I hope like there's some type of like free DLC that adds them into the game as reset targets. Like I don't know. There's a lot that I just don't know about that. I feel like they have to add more than just like you know these legendaries. But it's a single player experience, so who knows what they're gonna do. Yeah, I heard the 4th member. Yeah, me too. I heard it's gonna have the 4th member, so I'm assuming the other 3 will be in the game if it does. Because I mean, I don't mind. Hey, look, if they're gonna have the Regis in this game again, I'll hunt again. Fuck, if they're gonna have Regice in the game, I'll hunt again. I mean, that's just how it goes with these type of games, you know, as a streamer. But the point is like, I want to see some new stuff, and the new things would be like Landorus, Tornadus. I feel like we haven't really got them in a game like where it felt like good, like you know, like if this game would feel good. I feel if they did it right. And you know, I don't know. Because it wasn't like Tornadus and Thunderous and Aurus, but they were in the sky, so the sky encounter was really awkward. I can't remember how it was, but I remember it was like kind of awkward, I think, to hunt like one of them or something. I wish we could go back to 2015. What was 2015? I remember that was like around like a year into Aurus. I mean, like the year that Aurus came out. Maybe like a year after it came out, but it was around that time. 2014, I believe, was that one X and Y, right? Oh, I fucked that up. I just don't know. Like, I want to be optimistic, but the problem is that like, there's just so much garbage for this game that I know like it's gonna piss me off. It won't piss off a lot of people, but it'll piss me off. Like, I don't mind grinding resources as long as it's fun. You know what I mean? Those are gonna be boss fights. I wonder if shines will be determined at the start of his cutscene or win. But yeah, and that's what I'm getting at. Like, the problem is like, we don't really know because like I feel like they're gonna lock. That's like I feel like if they're gonna lock one thing, they'll lock the bosses. You know. because like how do you set that up? Like you'd have to keep refreshing it, or maybe like once you catch it, it'll be like a Dynamax raid thing, which would be stupid because some of those battles look like they're gonna be a pain in the ass. So I have to see. I honestly hate the digging mini game. There are too many metal shards, and I have to play like exactly. Yeah, I play like 300 times to be exactly. It's stupid. It's stupid. It's such a dumb. Everyone's like, I love doing this. I'm like, well, fuck you. I hate you. You're the reason why they made this again. No, I don't know all the people that do love it. It's okay. So like, with me, it's like I can't stand it because you hit those metal spots, those little shards, and like you're sitting there, and it's so annoying. And then if you have controller drift, it's 100 times more annoying. And like, if people actually could join you and like break it and actually break, like, you know, they'll join you and they'll break some stuff. They won't really break the stuff, you know what I mean? So if they could actually like join you and like completely actually help you, I'd like that a whole lot. But I don't know. Like it's so annoying. I feel like it was a fun little thing when I was younger. But as I'm older, I'm like, it's just so inconvenient. And like, there's no way to increase stuff. That's my problem. Like, yeah, you can increase it if you get the Digletts, but the Digletts are garbage. They take so long to get, and half the time I don't even get mysterious shards out of them. So like it's just as like the fucking Underground's so stupid. The whole entire mechanic for Undergrounds is so bad. It had so much potential. If it raised it for 10 minutes, the rates, that'd be totally fine. I would be okay with that. But there's sadly they don't have that. It's really garbage. How you doing, Osiris? You know, I feel like they're gonna lock the boss battles, and I feel like they're gonna lock the possible legendaries, because how do you do that? How are they gonna implement it? Like I said, will there be a cutscene? Then once the cutscene activates, like once it gets done activating, it pops up and you'll see if it's shiny. Well, like they, I don't know. I just don't know. You know what I mean? Now, if there's software, it's like if it's one that you can click on and then you enter the battle, that would make sense. But I don't feel like we're really getting those anymore. I mean, maybe we will. I don't know how they're gonna do it, because there's not like how they have a click on. Maybe it'd be you click on and start a cutscene and then it would. Yeah, no, that's. Oof. The thing is, I don't want. I haven't got the Gibble, Jesse. I'm on phase 10 now. 6 Bronzors, Geodude, and 2 Zubats. And the only reason why I'm stopping is I realize, like, I gain nothing from phasing extremely high. And I'd rather hunt that off stream for a little bit here and there. And also, it's kind of like those weird things where it's like, if I was a big channel, people would be like cracking up and like having a great time phasing and whatnot. Like it would make sense. People would like to donate to have me keep going on the hunt. Like there'd be reasons to like, you know, really like do it. But when you're a smaller channel, like it's just like, you know, it's just pain and suffering, and like it kind of stagnates you, and it doesn't let you get to where you can start posting like, you know, reaction videos and whatnot. It just sits you. You're kind of like just stuck there. You know, when I post this, when I'm on phase, like, you know, just say we get at phase 15. When I finally post like phase 15, Shiny Gibble, Wayward Cave, 50% or something like that. That video won't do that well. Like it'll do okay, but it won't do anything like, you know, like 10K, 20K. So like sitting there, wasting my time on the Gibble at this very moment when I could possibly try to get like all the legendaries in Raminus Park. That video will do a lot better compared to the Gibble, if that makes sense. So I'm trying to like prioritize my time a bit better and getting back to when I wanted to get all the shiny legendaries. So that's kind of like where I'm at right now. I'll go back to it. I'm not quitting it. I just realized, like, while sitting there, I'm like, damn, some people are already almost done with getting all the legendaries in this game, and I'm only like 2 in, and I need to fix that ASAP. Plus, I want to get all the grind from Mysterious Shards out of the way sooner than Arceus comes out. That's gonna be a fucking brutal thing. It's going back to this game and having to do like the legendary hunt, you know? Yeah. No, there's no click on. I'll probably start the game and walk into the cutscene. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking, Jar. Like I was thinking there might be like some type of like you would click on them to initiate the battle, and then like there would be like maybe like a big like screen flash or something like that, or like, you know, a little mini cutscene, and then like we would get a different one when it finally pops up. But like it's not. You're right. It's not gonna be like the old games. Like it doesn't have that. Like I feel like they're gonna be locked, which is probably gonna be garbage. Is it like what they did with like Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu? They locked the ones because they were put into predetermined cutscenes, you know. They didn't want to take away from that and a few other things. Other reasons why too, but mainly that. I mean, didn't they later on release like shiny Eevee and shiny like Pikachu? That was supposed to be like the Let's Go ones, you know, as events or something. I think they did something like that. If there will be shinies you can see in your overworld, the boss would start shiny. I bet they do events with the boss chains or some. Yeah, no, like that's what I'm assuming. Like they'll pop. Like how are they gonna do that? They're like how are they gonna implement it? Because like they don't like implementing shines like that. That's the problem. They don't like doing that. Like with boss battles, supposed to be very like in particular. And I think in this case they probably don't want people just wasting too much time on the boss battle. But it looks like the boss battles are going to be all based off of cutscenes to start with. So once the cutscene's over, that's when you'll probably see if it's shiny. But what if it's a seamless transition? I can't remember if it's a seamless transition. And the problem is that if it's a seamless transition, they're probably not going to have it to where it's shiny unless they have it to where the cutscene will have the shiny Pokemon in it, if that makes sense. And a seamless transition means that like it goes from the cutscene of the Pokemon running and jumping into the battle, and then you're battling it, but there's like no like, you know, there's no like it's really smooth. There's like no like, you know, pause of like a black screen or nothing. It's pretty much like you get like a dynamic camera angle where it's like focused, you know, there's some black bar, some shit, and then like the thing will start, and then once like it's into the motion and you go into the battle, like you know what I mean, like it'll be almost like a movie to some extent, but then flow into gameplay naturally. Like a prime example of like the South Park games, how they move in and out of that. Excuse me, how you hunting 6 games? How you run 6 games at once? I have a very powerful computer. Capture cards. I have a Camlink Pro that installed in my computer. It can have 4 capture cards at once, and I have 2 Elgato normal capture cards and a whole bunch of other capture cards. So that's how I'm running it. It's very powerful. I do want to get an upgraded computer because I was having some problems, but I think I fixed all the problems recently, so I'm pretty content now. But yeah, no, it's a pain in the ass. I don't think there's any shiny here. If I did, well, fuck me, I guess. I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, well, hopefully soon. Yeah, I know. Yeah, same here, Jesse. I'll probably take a little break from it for a while and just hunt legendaries, and then maybe go back to it. You know, maybe go back to it. Say boss mom, but you lose the boss fight. I know that's what I'm saying. Like I'm spooked by it. I wonder if I can like save when the boss shows up shiny, and then because that's a way we could possibly fix it. You know, saving. Can we save in battle like while we're in battle? Because if we can save in battle, I really don't care. Like I don't think like I think the only thing that could happen is if they see you run away. You know, like normally Pokemon. Because if you see a shiny, you save right away, and it's like gonna be like in Sword and Shield where it keeps the spawns in. Then we might be okay, honestly. I forgot to bring that up the other day. I was thinking about that. Unless they go back to like the Let's Go method, which honestly I wouldn't mind. So there's a few ways how this works. So in Let's Go, when you go to an area, it'll spawn up, say 5 Pokemon. You then can save it on those 5 Pokemon, and you restart your game. Those Pokemon go away, but on your restart, it brings up 5 new ones. So you can technically keep soft resetting until you see a Pokemon that's shiny, because it'll keep spawning them, and they're always different. And I did that a few times. I got a few shinies relatively fast that way, honestly, if you have a big enough area. So if we're going to play Legends Arceus, it's going to go back to the Sword and Shield method, where once the Pokemon spawns in, it stays there, even if you turn off your game until you leave that area. We could possibly save where it's at, you mean, and then don't ever seen a game where I save in combat, so I doubt it. Well, I mean, the game's like seamless, though. That's the thing. Like, I mean, well, I've seen some games where you can save in combat all the time. You can save in like combat in the middle of Skyrim sometimes and whatnot in Fallout. Or auto saves, I guess, maybe. Like maybe you can actually save in combat. I could be wrong, but there's games where I've seen where you can save in combat. It's just not like, you know, recommended, because if you die, then you're gonna get locked. But yeah, no, you could be right. I guess it just depends on. Oh, you know, you're right. I guess if you didn't initiate the combat fully, so I don't know. I guess you could just lose it. My idea would be that if you see a Pokemon spawn up shiny, then you could save it. It'll be locked in, so then you can initiate combat. But in a boss battle in this sequence, it really wouldn't work because you'd be in the boss battle. So you're right on that one, but my point, I guess, still stands with the other way. In a boss battle, I guess you're fucked. You just gotta hope you don't die. Over level yourself. The reason why I feel like this game's gonna like blow ass was they totally could have been good. I gotta see, I wasn't paying attention to the shiny. I got too caught up in talking. The one reason I feel like this game is like ass, just in general for what it's supposed to be, is the fact that what's it called? I'm all fucked up right now. I forgot what I was talking about. Let me watch the Cleavor boss battle really quick. Like there's seamless cutscene. It's like pretty much like a seamless cutscene to some extent. Is how I mean. Like I'll try to explain it. Like there's a difference between a cutscene and then gameplay, and then seamless cutscenes, which work together in hand. Okay, no, it wasn't a shiny. Let me watch the Cleavor boss battle really quick and see if it's a seamless in the sense of how it's like a different term. I might be using the wrong term, but let me just look up Cleavor. Let's see when it pops up how it, if we get a, because like when it runs into you and then battles you, it's really like there's no flash in between. It's just like a, I don't know. I feel like noble Pokemon might be locked, and that's just a sadness, you know, but we just have to deal with it. Now, I don't think the alpha Pokemon will be locked. Like the Garchomps are like level 85. I don't think those would be locked. Let me see. I just want to see the Cleavor battle really quick. And see how the transition from the cutscene is. I think there was images. I think there was like a video showing how it kind of works. I could be completely wrong. Yeah, bring it down Poketuber style. I hate showing my stuff on stream. Now, we will still have click on Pokemon possibly to see if they're shiny, and that would be like the starters. Like when you pick the Pokemon, it'll say like, do you want this Pokemon? They'll show it, you know? And maybe that's where like you'll see if it's shiny, or like once you accept it, it'll pop up if it's shiny. Like they've done that before, like in like Sun and Moon. They had the Pokemon spawn up already, and then it was there. Okay. Does it go straight into attacking? It doesn't show, it just cuts off right away. It just cuts off right away. God damn it. It didn't cut off. It was an edit for the thing. But it doesn't look like they have seamless. Okay. I thought they had seamless for some reason. I'm going to look at it later and see more because I don't want to sit here stagnant. But if it's not seamless in the sense of like, not true seamless, but like if it just doesn't have it to where it flows different, then it might be not too bad. Yeah, no, the really strong one like Garchomps will have cutscenes, so like you should be able to do those all of them. So like I feel like there's boss battles and like there's like mini boss battles, but they're also in the realm of being boss battles, where it's like a Garchomp is a frenzied like alpha one. Like I think that's what they're called. Like I watched like a video recently where I think they're called alphas, which alphas in that area are the very strong Pokemon of that like section of that area, but they're not like noble Pokemon tier. So what I'm assuming is that like those mini boss battles won't be locked. Now, I don't know if we can get, like, multiple alphas, or if alpha's almost like a brilliant spawn for, like, Sword and Shield, where they're rare, but they do pop up. How you doing, Crystal? How you doing? How are you feeling? Okay, let's see. Okay, we're good. Nothing. Absolute garbage. I think I accidentally fast forward. Actually clicked over to add an encounter while I was navigating something. I got a Diggy Man game that's like 7% rocks. A picture in Discord. Let me see that. Yeah, I've had those. I can do you one better. I had one where it's like literally almost the whole entire thing were metal pieces. Almost the whole entire screen was metal pieces. Absolute trash. Absolute trash. Absolute trash. I was going through it like just last night. I actually had to put down the game for it because I got so pissed. I hit 2 of them that had they had to be like this tiny, the items were, which when that happens, it was more than likely a mysterious shard was in that. Hey, ahoy, spongy boy. Me, Bob. I have drank 4 bottles of whiskey. Raga. That's not good. You're gonna end up dying, dude. Yeah, I've encountered a whole entire thing except for like a little corner before, but it's just bullshit. Like the mini game is so fucking stupid. I hate it so much, and especially with Ramnus Park, people already spent like 20, 30 hours, and they're like, okay, I'm finally done with it. I feel like I'm a little bored with it. Well, guess what? You got another like 20, 30 hours to hunt. You got another like 10 hours to hunt through through Ramnus Park's bullshit. Shiny hunting shit. At least I'm gonna enjoy the open world. Not me. Game. So big dub. I would say that's actually a big negative because it could set in place for future garbage shiny hunting. So I'd rather not. Like I think this is I don't like that mindset. It was totally fine if you had it. Like I said, I just really hate that mindset because it could lead for future bullshit. You know, if people are like, oh, it's okay if I've only shiny hunted an hour in it. To me, it just doesn't work well. I mean, like at the end of the day, it's still a Pokemon game. So like, it's not like Skyrim. Skyrim, you have tons of crazy interactions and tons of crazy things where like you get like blown up by like the randomest stuff will come out of nowhere. You know, Pokemon, I think we're pretty set in stone that like this Pokemon's only going to be really in this area. This, oh fuck, I fucked up right there. This one right here, like I feel like this open world Pokemon game is gonna lead to a lot more boring situations, like where like Breath of Wild, you could like fly in the air and do all these crazy like trick shots and whatnot. I mean, sure, there'll be trick shots with the Pokemon game with the Pokeballs, but not more so like that, like something like sort like a Breath of Wild could be. I could be wrong. I'll accept that. But to me, it's like I don't want them to have it to where like it's a shitty game, but people are content with it because it's still an open world Pokemon game, like for hunting. And then like from now on out, they don't care about the hunting as much, and they just like kind of keep making it shitty. So for me, it's like I like the idea of it, but like if this game's gonna be really successful, like no matter what, even if it's like subpar, it's still gonna be extremely successful, and people are gonna be very happy. The general audience will be extremely happy with it, but the long-term audience, you know, they might not be. And the long-term audience is ones that like really like, you know, keep Pokemon going in the sense like they're continuously buying multiple copies of the games. They're buying both copies, even if they're only gonna play one. They're buying like all the plushes and cards and whatnot. I mean, sure, yeah, there is some people that are like, you know, just chilling with it. But like they'll like, you know, a normie will still buy stuff, you know, just because they want to fit in and be cool. But my whole fear factor with the game being like that is that it could just lead to a whole bunch of bullshit, you know? Lead to a bunch of bullshit. So like with me, it's like it's either you have a good shy hunting system or the game's gonna be trash, even if it's good, because it will like possibly bring forth even more garbage shy hunting for future projects. If this does so good and people don't care about the shy hunting in it as much, then it's just gonna bring out like another Legends game that won't really prioritize shy hunting. That's what I'm scared of, which wouldn't be the first time they did shit like that. But yeah, no, I'm very half and half. Another shot, I can get another slate. Let's go. He can do it. I will say it does feel really cool when you finally get like a large shard after a while. Most shy hunting methods aren't carried to on a future game, so hopefully it's good. Yeah, no. Well, I feel like this would be different though. Like even like I mean even for like the base concept. Like I'm not even talking about methods. I'm talking about just the base shiny hunting, and not even if you add in methods, which who knows what the methods are in this game. Like I'm hoping it's good, but like who knows? Get Shiny Turtwig at 5944 and Shiny Starly at 5960. That's not bad. 16 encounters after. Do. Yeah, I'm not sure what legendary I'm gonna hunt after this. I really don't know. I need to mine for some more mysterious shards. One of the best parts of this game. The only real good part of this game is mine for fucking mysterious shards. Ooh, that was so stupid. I would rather have done like a 2-hour story playthrough thing than do all the mysterious shards. I'd rather do like a 6-hour story for each game, honestly, than do the mysterious shards at this point. Mysterious shards are just too stupid. Yeah, 3DS guy. I keep forgetting to play it. I'm just too caught up in the Regice. In chatting. I just don't know what's gonna happen with Pokemon. Like Legends Arceus. I want the best to happen, but like I feel like it's gonna be like a tedious game to play. Like having to go out, craft materials. You know, I feel like there's gonna be a lot of shiny fails due to the fact of like lack of materials and a few other reasons why, and people are gonna be like, but it's gonna be totally avoidable. The stuff is like how like they had a catch combo in Let's Go, and like people are like, yeah, I failed my shiny. It's like, how'd you fail your shiny? Oh, it ran away. But how did it run away? Oh, I couldn't catch it after I used 4 balls. It's like, you deserve that. I'm glad that happened to you. All you had to do was catch the Pokemon 50 more times after you're 30, which is not hard to do. You deserve that. No, that's a little mean. That's a little hyperbolic. But like semi-joking, but at the same time, it's like all you had to do was just catch like another 50 Pokemon, which is not hard to do in that game. I mean, it's kind of hard, but like that's just like to make it to where you get 100% catch rate, just catch like another 100. It ain't that hard. Single romance park hunt, I won't even try to get. Yeah, it's stupid. It's dumb. They're not really that hard the first time, but like as you start going and want to get all of them, it's just garbage. Stupid system. Stupid system. The idea is cool, but not as an overall. Like if we could get them before the story started, that'd be better. Be super grind, just hope engaging enough to keep. Yeah, exactly. That's the problem. Is that I don't mind the grind, but at the same time I do, because you'll have to grind for like every hunt. Maybe we'll get lucky and we'll find a way that, you know, we consistently just have to do this one thing and every hunt's the same, kind of like how the what's it called, Sword and Shield hunts were. Once you got like a certain Pokemon, you're pretty much good to go, like Trevenant or something with the SOSs. Like, is there a certain Pokemon that can just be OP all around, you know? Maybe we'll get something like that, but like, I don't know. I hope that there's no abilities, right? That's what you said. So like, I was gonna say maybe the pickup would be great because you could pick up Pokeballs or something. Never mind. I was gonna say I'll just run with the whole entire party with pickup Pokemon. I'm pretty sad there's no abilities. Like, I'm not like a person like, oh my god, abilities are cool, but like this could have been the game that like the overall abilities would activate so well. This would have been the game that like the overall abilities would be so wicked. Which also annoys me. There's no abilities. That means there's no fucking static. There's no storm drain. There's no. Oh my gosh, that sucks. I hope there's a way to increase it. Like, to truly like make a really dope Pokemon game would be like armor for your guy. I mean, you're getting attacked by Pokemon, so we don't have. You tell me we can't equip armor. We can't equip like an armor that like maybe 30% of the time will paralyze the Pokemon if it hits you. Like, I'm pretty sure they're not gonna have that. Small things like that would make the game so like, I'm already saying it's gonna be bad, but I mean like it would have added on to the experience more. And how we not have something simple like that, you know? Maybe there is. Maybe there'll be something. Small things like that. Who knows? Like I said, I'm just waiting. I'm curious. I'm really hoping for the best. I'm putting my expectations so low, you know. My expectations are like at the bare minimum, at the very bottom. They're like just completely down there. So I'm hoping for the worst so I can get the best, essentially. I'm not hoping for the worst. I'm having my expectations at the worst. So my expectations can be like overly shot and I can be extremely happy with the game. Man, this hunt's brutal. No abilities. I really wish there was abilities even if no items. Yeah, I don't really care about like the items. Like the equip time's not like a really big deal to me, but the abilities are pretty nice. Like that's something I do like. Small little things, you know. Small little things. I don't care about the breeding aspect. I don't like breeding. I feel like this game breeding would probably be a bit better. But I think like once I realized that like how they have like this, like the storage system's really weird in this game, like the pens and whatnot. Like it's, I don't know, it's kind of weird. I still got a lot I need to learn about it. I've just been watching videos lately. I'm like, man, this don't look fun. This don't look like it's gonna be a fun time for me. Like I think the game will be fun to play through. Don't get me wrong. Like I've always wanted an open world Pokemon game. The fact that we have to like aim and throw the Pokeball is really dope now. I think it's too tedious to really be playing two games at once. So that's gonna be bullshit, you know. That's gonna feel bad. That's gonna be a feel bads moment. But we just have to wait and see, I guess. I'm praying there's like a lot of soft reset type things, and that's what I was getting to earlier. Like, if it's like every time like you boot up the game, it's gonna reset the Pokemon in that area that you're at. That'd be awesome. But I don't think that's how it's gonna work. I think like I need to see how Pokemon spawn in. Like, do they all spawn in at once? Or will they spawn in like Sword and Shield, where as you're walking, they'll just start appearing? Or spawn like Pokemon Let's Go, where like as you start walking, like they start off tiny, all of a sudden they appear really big, you know what I mean? Like, are they going to be pre-spawned in for each area? Like, how's it going to work? I haven't been paying attention to that. When you load up the map, does it render like a huge chunk of that map already? Because I've seen other times where it's like you can only see so far, and then you can see the Pokemon within that. So maybe it has like a range of view. We'll say that you can see like 200 feet ahead of you, but you can't see like, you know, 700 and outwards. So once you start walking to that like 700, as you get closer, it starts rendering in new ones and starts spawning in new ones. I really don't know. I haven't been paying attention to how like the actual game looks like it's going to run. Because it looks like there's some range to some extent. You know, it looks like there's going to be some range with how the Pokemon are. So like to do a reset, I just don't know. Like how to be able to shine, you know, like we had door resets in Let's Go. And I have to like do like a reset in the sense to go to the new area. Because what I've been told is 5 separate areas. It's semi-open world where it's not like a seamless, huge open world. It's just like you go to one chunk, it's really, really, really large. You go to the next chunk, it's really, really large. That's what I was told in like a trailer or somewhere, like a video or something like that. Breakdown video or some bullshit. So who knows? Like Lord of the Rings had that for their games. They had they had like pretty much one place you start off at. It was pretty decent size. Then you go to a different area and it was massive. and then you go to another area and it was massive. But they're like pretty much chunked up. Oh, what's it called chunky, chunked up. I'm trying to think what the term is. Like a fractured overworld. There we go. Like in chunks, you know. So I think that's what they're gonna have for this game. I don't think it's one huge mega overworld. And the leaker did say no breeding abilities. Okay, yeah, that's a tragedy. For the abilities, the breeding aspect. I think I kind of like I'm a little sad, but I'm not really that sad. It's kind of like whatever. I don't really care for breeding. I feel like the good thing about the breeding aspect is that like it will bring possible like rarity to shinies again, and like I'm content with that because I hate it when people just breed for everything and never actually try to hunt it. Like I don't hate it. I just wish people would do normal hunting more. But at the same time, I understand people. They only have so much time on their hands and people are impatient. I get that. I have fucking ADHD. That's why I'm playing this many games. I have like ADHD and like OCD. And ADHD with OCD is a really bad combo because they're obsessing over something, but like your focus is not gonna fully be able to always like be on that particular thing when it's so slow. Like you'll be wanting to think about other things, but your like OCD will be stuck on this thing. It's really weird. And that's why there's so many games that I can kind of like get past that with that, I keep myself busy where I can have them pop fast enough to where I'm not gonna quit, I get stuff in a timely manner. And that's what I'm kind of worried about. This is Arceus. Like, there's fishing, right? I think I saw fishing in the game, something like that. So that could lead to maybe something fun. I wonder how the fishing's gonna go. Is it gonna be like it? Oh, wait, is there fishing? I thought I saw fishing, but how would fishing work? Because there'd be like you land the Pokemon, it flies up in the air, and maybe there's not fishing. Maybe I'm an idiot. I thought I saw fishing. You know what? No, I think he was playing a flute next to the water, which I think I just thought was fishing. Because I'm an idiot. That's probably what it was. Just something like weird Wider or whatever his name is. That's probably what it was. Or something Basque Legion. That's why I probably got mixed up. But no, I don't know. Like this game is just so different that there could be so much like, since it's so different, there could just be so much bad to it for me. To where it's like, who knows? Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. I just don't want to turn like a mystery dungeon where the game was a ton of fun and shiny hunting in it was super great. However, it sucked ass because they locked like almost all the Pokemon when they didn't need to. There's still no like reason why they locked the shiny Pokemon in the game. Like I actually want to know, why did they lock normal encounters? Why couldn't they be shiny? Like that was like thousands of hours of content thrown away. I just don't get it. Like I would have bought another copy of Mystery Dungeon, honestly. Because you can do like you can make it to where you can play both at once and it's not too too tedious. Depending on how you do it. Man, that makes me sad because that was like Mystery Dungeon, man. That game. Woo. That game was fun. I really enjoyed it for shiny hunting wise. It was such a different experience, but done so right. They just made it to where it was only bosses and just kind of killed it. But they also made it suck because you couldn't transfer them Pokemon home, which was like another huge problem that game had. It's like, what's the point of even shiny hunting if I can't transfer them Pokemon home, Like, what's even the point? Like, cool, yeah, I get them, but like, I can't transfer them up, so like, who cares? Granted, I never transfer things up, so like, it doesn't really affect me too much, but I've been wanting to transfer. I feel like if everything could be transferred up, I wouldn't mind transferring up stuff or transferring over stuff. Or like transferring it to. I feel I'd be more like possibly interested in that. And of course, I do want to know how they're going to do the shiny sparkles. Is it going to be like a sparkle that's like in Let's Go, where in the overworld just sparkles like that and whatnot, just in and out? Or is it going to be like every once in a while it'll make a sparkle? Like how's it going to work? Is it going to be every time you throw it out it'll make a sparkle and it has subsequent sparkles? Or I don't know. When it pops up shiny and it shows that interaction, will it sparkle then? And then it won't sparkle until you catch it? Who fucking knows? But to be fair, I haven't really been paying attention to the game. I should start paying attention to it more and looking at it more, so and start getting like a grasp of what they might be doing. I want to know what the actual methods will be, though. Like, will we have actual methods? That's the question. Or will it just be, will it be a knockout method? Will it be a catch method? Will it be a Pokedex method? Like, once you fill out the Pokedex, will it permanently increase that Pokemon's shiny rate? Which I really hope they don't do, honestly. We shall see soon. 2 weeks left. I have to buy my copy online. I got to go to my Australian account. I'll probably do it soon. Introduce multiplayer in Arceus. So they won't. It's a single player experience. It's a single player experience. Which honestly, I feel like this game would have been a fun game to have multiplayer, and even if it's just like people hanging out on the map and just like playing with each other. Like if they had they could do something really cool with raids. Honestly, they could do some type of crazy cool raid mechanic in the game, but they're not going to. I don't think. Like a multiplayer raid thing could have totally worked in this game. Even if it's just like something simple like Pokemon Go. Even if it was something as simple as that. Yeah, I think the only thing you can do is trades in this game. That's the only multiplayer, I believe. No overworld shiny sparkle. We all just stuck squinting at the screen and see the other monsters different color. Exactly, yeah. That would be pretty funny. That would be pretty funny. I was kind of thinking like, there's a few Pokemon that stay the same color in this gen that you just wouldn't know. That'd be horrible. Yeah, no, there's no multiplayer in the game. It's like I think you could possibly trade online. That's about it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Which is just stupid. At that point, who gives a fuck, I mean, it makes it easier for me. I can get through the game faster to complete my decks, but still. So my favorite Splatoon 3 over Arceus. Yeah, no, Arceus is not going to have longevity. From what I've been told, it will be hard to actually fully complete the Pokedex, which makes sense. That's totally fine. However, I feel like once you complete the Pokedex, then what do you do? Nothing. You just kind of sit there. And then Shiny Hunt, obviously. But what if Shiny Hunt's trash? Like, the big thing they're going for is to have you completely complete the Pokedex this time. That means every time you might have to catch 30 of that Pokemon. Every time you might have to do this in particular thing, Like, if you look at it, they have it set up to show you exactly what they want out of you, Okay, no shinies. Nope. Yeah, I don't do online battles either. I was just hoping for something like friendship wise. I mean, like we went from like a Sword and Shield having max raids to Dynamax Adventures. This came to having somewhat of an underground aspect with it, community wise. Not really that good, but we could still do that. And now this game's going completely the opposite and saying only trading, no other way. I wouldn't mind some increased rates with Shiny Hunt, Yeah. Well, I mean, I know it's that, but I meant like actually gameplay wise. Like, I mean, like, what's the point of like once you beat the game, once you beat the Pokedex, you get Arceus. Like, what's the point? Well, you don't really complete the Pokedex until you get Arceus. Technically, I mean, you do, but like you won't really complete it. I mean, actually complete the whole thing like that. Like, what will like who cares? Like, it's just the only thing that is Shiny Hunting. Like, I mean, sure, you can always make a new file, but it's like, what's the point going out like? It just doesn't make much sense to me. Like there has to be like some good shiny hunting way, and some good like shiny hunting methods or something. Because there's like no, I just don't see playability in that game. Like, what's the long term playability after you get all the Pokemon caught in their dex form completely filled out? Which might take a long time, and maybe it'll take like an hour for each Pokemon. Maybe it'll take like over that for each Pokemon. I've heard it's gonna be pretty complex. I'll just wait for Gen 9. Oh, I'm totally getting Arceus. I feel like. The thing is that I wouldn't recommend people that have a limited budget to buy Arceus just yet because it looks like there's not as much content as something like Sword and Shield, as something like a Splatoon, as something like that. I just don't know if there's gonna be enough content. The problem with me is that I'm a person that I like to play a game, and then once I fully like a Pokemon, like I like to play a game. Once I beat Pokemon. I feel accomplished, but after that, I don't want to ever really play it again. Like, maybe I'll do like a Nuzlocke, but since they're Shiny Hunting, it's the opposite. But I mean, like, just as a general playthrough, like, if I were to go play Black and White 2 when it first came out, and I completed the Podex completely, and I beat, some trainers or whatever, after I did all that, I'll be like, who cares? It's kind of pointless now. Like there's no like, like I don't care about the battle mechanics. Like, I don't know. Like maybe we'll get more like noble Pokemon randomly added in as free DLC. Maybe we'll get like, small things like that as free updates. But it just doesn't seem like it's a game that like is gonna be like, if there's like the Shy Hunt's garbage, it's like gonna be like a really goofy game. That's kind of how I see it. Oh yeah, no, I feel like this will be like the game that has the best like story and lore. But then again, it's Pokemon, so lore's kind of like garbage. Lore will be, I feel, kind of stupid in this game. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, it could be top tier. The Pokedex person, it was cool looking at mechanics like Overworld. But I really wish it had a bit more context than all. I feel Pokedex catch Arceus. I mean, of course, it'll have story, but yeah, I mean, it'll have other stuff in it. But I mean, like, you'll be able to craft things, obviously. You'll be able to get like outfits and whatnot. Like, there's other things, but like, the thing with me is that I hate competitive Pokemon. Like, I don't care about it at all. Like, I think it's like, it's just not fun to me. I think it's stupid. So, with Pokemon Sword and Shield, that's like what it was really catered towards, was the, that type of thing. The Shy Hunting wasn't really that catered towards. Later on, you could say it was semi-catered towards, but that was later on. So, like, the whole aspect of, like, the way, like, that, like Shy Hunter was, like, decent enough to where I could play it. But, with Legends Arceus, if, like, the Shy Hunt's just god-awful, like, it's just, like, gonna be, like, so bad to me. But what I'm getting at is that, like, for people that are going from, like, a game where they play competitive as, like, one of their, like, main things to enjoy Pokemon out of, this is just not the game for them. You know what I mean? It's just not for them. All these Regice coming at the different times, they all have different hues of color to them. It's really frustrating because all these systems are on the same exact capture card. It's just the lighting. I wish we were still back on DS era Pokemon's vibe. That I can never. Yeah, no, for sure. I'm in that same thing. I like the DS and 3DS era. I wish they would make more like sprites and pixel type games. I wish they would do that. I don't know why they can't just do that. Like, it's so simple. Release a game for $20 to $30 that's in the old style of Pokemon. It doesn't need to be a new region. Just make a really good story and make a whole bunch of fun little tiny mini mechanics, or make a new way to hunt things. Like, they don't need to always release a fucking new gen type game that's a crazy experience. They can make these small little fun ones that add maybe, for $10, they'll add in like 150 Pokemon, 200 Pokemon. I mean, people get pistols 150, but you know what I mean. Some smaller experiences. I just don't know how they can't do that. I hate it. Well, you could always play Pokemon on the TV. You could. You just had to pay a bit more money. You could play the DS versions on the TV. You just had to pay a lot of money and get a capture card. No, I'm just fucking around. But personally, me is like, I don't really care. Like, I like going back to the old way. I don't want them to go. Like, I mean, like, I like the whole game style. I mean, I wish they would go back to the old way, but they won't. Not even like the old way in the sense of like I want to be on the TV obviously still, but I want something where it's like that old DS game again, that old feel of like the 3rd gen and 4th gen and 5th gen, 2nd gen. I want that type of style where it's simplistic, it's, sprite based, pixel based, and just enjoyable. That's why I enjoy this game so much. It has that throwback to that feeling, and it really sticks within its like core mechanics of those games. And that's why I like this game so much. Like, I feel like it's just so good. I played that Shy Hunts for a long time before beating the game. It takes me a while to beat the game because I spend as much... Exactly, yep, Shy Hunt first. No, same here. I don't care about story. I don't care about game. When it comes to... Like, I'll play this. I'm going to be that guy, but Pokemon, the company, is sloppy. It's just a mess. They care towards kids too much, so any type of story has always been garbage since 5th gen. Like, almost every story is ridiculous. It's stupid. It doesn't make sense. The characters are not likable. They're fucking overbearing. They're like a character of like what a real person is. And they just suck. Like, there's no good story since 5th gen. You can just like, oh, but this time it was good. Like, no, I'm just going to tell you it's wrong. Look at 5th gen, how complex it is and how much like inner workings it is compared to like, something like 6th gen. So it was like 7th gen, something like 8th gen. It's just not good. So story to me is just pointless. And even in 5th gen, even though I love the story to death, it's still kind of stupid, to be honest. So like story for a Pokemon game is from now on for the most part is garbage. Like, I never really cared for it too much. Maybe Arceus will change that, and maybe I can be like, okay, I appreciate the story, but that's still not like a selling point for me. I'm not gonna pay $60 for a story. I'll go on YouTube and watch it, honestly. I'll go on YouTube and watch it, honestly. There we go. 1 second. I got this goofed up. But like, I just sit there. I just shiny hunt. That's the only thing I like about Pokemon. I love it. I like to cut. It's just a stupid excuse to cut out, cut corners. Target towards kids is just a stupid excuse to cut corners. You mean for the game company? For sure. Well, or you mean like me? How I'm saying how it's set up. The sad part is that like they that's what their excuse is for the most part. It's like they use that as an excuse to make it, because if you look at some of like the stuff that's a little bit more mature, people eat that shit up and kids like it a lot more. And you know what, fuck Pokemon, because there's no morality behind Pokemon. They could be like, oh, it's totally for kids, but then they're releasing like waifu cards, then they're releasing like all these like cute glamorized things, you know, which is complete bullshit. You know, they act like it's like they're gonna. The reason why they do these really simplistic, easy things is because it's super easy to make a shitty story. It is hard to make a complex story that can be repeated multiple times over, like continuously good, consistent stories. You know, they release all these like goofy waifu cards in the TCG, where it's, while there's a lot of adults playing it, there's also a large, vast amount of kids collecting the cards. So they don't care about morality. They don't care about like, you know, is this kid friendly? It comes down to like, how easy is it to replicate a good story for like 5 years, you know? Free to cut corners. Oh yeah, for sure. Like Battle Tower. Yeah, exactly. No, it really is. Okay, I was confused for a second. I was like, I'll say, what are you talking about, Gerard? I think you agree with me. But yeah, no, it is a very simple, like, same with the difficulty level. It's just an easy way to, they don't have to like worry, like think about it too much, you know? They don't have to worry about like, oh, it's too hard for kids. Well, I mean, have to repeat the game first. Like they did in like, you know, Black and White. Like there's kids that play fucking Fire Emblem that have like people that die and they're gone forever and they still like it and the kids still play. I mean, it's you know, it's mostly like a mature audience, like, you know, teenagers onwards, but still like the kids still play and they still like it. So I don't get how they act like that. Don't forget the greedy game microtransactions. Yeah, greedy mobile games microtransactions. That's really true. That's very true. I will say, I am actually very content with how Pokemon Go does their stuff to some extent, I will say. I feel like that's one thing that has been a problem for Pokemon, but also been a good thing because it gets a lot of people into these games. And I really do need to like make it to where it's like, they need something like this for these games, where like they put that much time into a game because it makes them money after the game's released and the game's free, so people have a more willing to spend money. But they really only care about like their, like you said, like their mobile games that bring in them more money. You know, I mean, like Pokemon Go can hold up the Pokemon fandom, like their whole entire thing. They don't really have to release these big games as much if they really didn't want to, and I had to put the time into it because Pokemon Go supports them way more than enough money. You know, just sad. Yeah, I need you to chill out on my waifus. I need you to chill on my waifus. It's never been a morality, and never been like a thing that they never cared about. Like they never cared about kids, you know. For the most part, Pokemon Company doesn't. They care about the what can bring the most amount of money with the simplest type of like thing, you know. Just caught Raikou, nice. Noise. I also have not been adding my encounters, which is okay. I'm in a rant mode. I'm in an angry mode because I'm happy that like we're getting a new Pokemon game, but I'm also so pissed because it's like, you know, 2 months after this game gets released. Why couldn't they wait like 4 months? Why couldn't they wait like 5 months? So now if this Arceus game sucks ass, we'll just say for shiny hunting, the fuck I'm supposed to do till November? Like, I'll go back to this, but people are gonna be burnt out from this game and that game now. Like, I'm gonna be burnt out because the fucking shiny charm doesn't work in this game the way people want to. They're burnt out of the radar being fucked. They're burnt out just like how like everything is just full odds, you know, and like Masudamethine's garbage in this game compared to Sword and Shield. And it's just like this weird thing. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? I hate Sword. I love this game, but like no one's gonna be watching this game soon enough. It feels like at times, but so I don't know if it's even viable to keep streaming it. You know, in the sense of like, I don't know. I'll just have to wait and see. You know, I'd still play it and whatnot, but like, it just sucks when like you go from like, you know, having a good time with everyone hyped up for a game and everyone's like just not playing it anymore. You know, you go back to like I can't really ever play Let's Go because no one shows up to those streams. A few people will, you know. And then everyone else is like, play new games. Like, I don't want to play the new games. I want to play an older one. You think Nintendo will ever fix Joy-Con drift? The way they'll fix it is by making a new system that doesn't have Joy-Con drift. But even then, they'll probably have Joy-Con drift. I don't know, honestly. Don't wait until November, Gen 9 this year. Oh, no, I meant like for like, I meant like, you know, if they have like a Let's Go. I meant like that. I don't think Gen 9 will come. A lot of people are thinking that Gen 9 is going to come this year, but it'd be so stupid to release it this year. You can't release this many huge things in 1 year, you know? Like within a 1 year time span, I mean. Because obviously BDSP was released last year, but you know what I mean. It's just stupid. Just dumb. I'm just waiting to see how it goes. Like I said, like if Arceus ends up being amazing and really fun to hunt, and there's a lot of cool things, then I won't mind it, you know? I just don't know how it's gonna work. Like it's like I don't want like goofy ways of hunting either. I really don't. Well, two will be how they tell this thing goes plans. Yeah, and they don't really want to compete with that, you know what I mean? I failed a shiny Pokemon on purpose because it wasn't the Pokemon I have to catch combo for. I mostly will never fail a shiny. Only like 2 times I've done that where I purposely broke my combo. I just don't like breaking my combos. I mean, I just don't like having a shiny get despawned or killing one and whatnot. And I feel like, honestly, it's like the game becomes more challenging when you break your combo to catch that shiny, honestly. If you go through like the no-fail mindset, then your hunts are going to take longer, which is not like the best, obviously. But like in some cases, it makes it more rewarding. Like you were forced to break your chain to get that shiny. Now you got to rebuild that chain, which is a pain in the ass. You have to spend way more resources, and it leads to a lot of problems. But I mean, I think it has a bit of a better feeling when you finally get your shiny that pops up that you want. You know, so it all comes down to like personal mind, like conception and whatnot. Like you're already doing the catch combo to begin with anyway, so does like it really care if like it's a if you know you have to re-get it back up because the odds already cut? Is it really that valuable? You know what I mean? So it's best to just have the thing despawn. Who really cares? But even on Rattatas, I hated like failing. Like I couldn't do it. I had to just catch it. I just couldn't let it go most of the time. But, you know, I personally don't want a new gen to come out this year. I want a like Let's Go Johto 2 or something like that, or just a Let's Go type game. I wouldn't mind Platinum having some good DLC, but how the fuck are they about to do that? We'll have to wait and see. I mean, that would be great. I hope they can do some type of DLC. I hope it's good. I hope it's good. You know. Yeah, well, things just incriminate themselves in lawsuits. Yeah, no, exactly. Exactly. And if they do fix it, it just won't be ever talked about, you know? They'll never talk about it. Like, they could have already fixed it, like, with the OLEDs, for all we know, you know? But they would never talk about it because it could lead them up to people doing refunds, getting their money back, you know? And it's just say, like, you bought, like, a Switch when it first came out, and then they started saying, okay, we fixed it, and then you're kind of bored of your Switch. You could just return if you have the receipt at times. Say, oh, look at, like, factory return. Say, look at that. It could, if you don't, I'll just sue you or something for, like, making this product and it being all fucked. Like, there's ways to go about it, honestly. No more Pokemon games until 2024. No! I still need my Pokemon games. Like I said, I think the best type of way to really set up a Game Freak's Pokemon type of thing is just have like ideally a 4-year release cycle. Have it to where like the main gen gets released, then you have the next year you have a Let's Go, then the year after that you have like a Legends Arceus type of thing. Then after that you have like some random one, whether it be like a remake, whether it be like a mystery dungeon, like a new one, whether it be something else. Just make it to where it's fully put through, you know? So you have like your 3 to 4 year developments, but you're still releasing big titles every year. And that way they have their full, like, you know, development time. Each type of thing will have its own development time. So that's what I want. I want something that is really like, you know, flushed out with gets the proper time it needs. Okay, we're good. I honestly, like, if I could have, there's 2 things I want out of like November. I either want a large, massive Pokemon Rumble game that's multiplayer, that has shinies, and is an overall like great time, and that you can transfer shinies up into home. That would be really nice. I'd really like that. Or I want like a Let's Go. That's what I want. And then honestly, they just need to have it to where they have the main company works on maybe 2 games, and they just offshore their games, you know, outsource them. It's not that, like, this game was outsourced, you know, and for the most part, it's a pretty clean game. I mean, sure, like, there's, like, moments where it had tons of glitches and there's a ton of problems, but, like, it wasn't, like, you had to go out of your way to find them, you know? Like, barely ever did people actually really get, like, soft-locked or whatever have you. It was just, like, this big old, like, hysteria of people acting up and being goofy for the sake of attention. So, like, with me, it's, like, And then I think honestly, I think the shine charm isn't like actually broken. I think they just made it to where that's just how it is now for this game. I think that's just how they wanted to have it. They want to make a faithful adaptation, even though like this game really isn't that faithful in regards to like Masuda methoding. Why does it work on Masuda and whatnot? But I feel like maybe they did this on purpose, honestly, with like the shine charm. I don't think it was like actually a glitch. So we just have to wait and see how it goes. I really want Pokemon Battle Royales back from Sun and Moon. I played it once and I went, I hate this. Only because I hate battling. But it was a cool concept. The three-way battles and the spin battles in Black and White were really wild too. Really frustrating also. So costly estimates for Platinum Arceus, even or Pokemon Legends Arceus. I keep saying Platinum Arceus. Even if it's shit, at least the series going in the right direction. I would disagree in the right direction in the sense of I don't really want an open, like Pokemon to me isn't really an open world aspect. It's a good direction to try new things, is what I would say. I honestly don't want like a massive open world Pokemon game every time from now on. I want this like I wouldn't mind it if we get one every 3 years, every 2 years, as long as we still get the core basic mechanics of gameplay for Pokemon. Like I like the simplicity and the relaxed nature of Pokemon, and trying to like get overly like into it with like this new battle system where you can switch between like the fast and slow. Like if you're gonna do more damage but be fast, or do less damage but be faster, or more damage but you're slower, and have it to where like there's all these like weird things. I don't mind like Pokemon having open world games, but at the same time I don't want them as the main staple or as the main thing. Like when Black and White gets remade, if they do like an open world, I'll be so pissed. I think it'll be fun, but I'll be so pissed because I want to play Black and White how it was back in the old day, but just remastered, and I want like the new odds. I don't want something like an open world or a Sword and Shield type of thing. I don't want that. But that's how I guess. Maybe because it's just right around the corner. Imagine waiting a year for BSP before. That'd be amazing. If we had to wait a year, I'd totally be fine. BDSP isn't a bad game. It's that people don't have the patience for it. That's the problem. The problem with the big problem with Shine Hunters nowadays is like in the last like about 3 years, 4 maybe, is that they just expect to get everything super fast, and that's not how it has been for the large majority. Like the 23-year plus 20 years roughly that Pokemon's been out. Out throughout the whole time, it's only like within the last 15 years has it really been like the last 5 years has it really been faster shines, or maybe it's I guess 7 to 8 years has it really been like a little bit faster. But for a large portion, a lot of the hunters back in the day, they understand it. So like this remake, it makes sense why they would make it this ridiculous. But the problem is that most people really want fast ones. Ever since like the last 3 years with Pokemon Go and Pokemon Let's Go and all the raid den glitches, people just want fast shinies and be done with it, and people can't stand waiting longer for hunts. You know what I mean? That's just kind of how like I feel like it's like one of those things like people are too caught up in getting fast dopamine, if that makes sense. I know people don't want to go crazy on hunts. I mean, there's still like you can still poke a radar for like a ton of stuff in this game. It's not stopping you from getting faster shinies. It's just not in the most optimum way. I don't know if things were shiny. I really don't care at this point. I'm kind of over this hunt already. I fucking hate this Regice hunt. It's so fucking stupid. It's like really one of the shittiest hunts in this game. Not for like it's hard. It's just stupid. It's a pretty subpar game with or without shiny hunting. I think it's See, my thing is like with Pokemon, I only care about shiny hunt. I don't care if the game's good. I don't care about the story. Honestly, I care less. It's just the shiny hunt has to be good. And the shiny hunting to me is really good in this game. Shiny hunting in this game I think is like one of the best in a while with how they set it up. But as a subpar game, I mean, it's just pretty much a remake, so it's not like they really flushed it out, to be fair. And like a remake is like it's stupid because it is a remake, but also at the same time, it's like they could have. I know where you're coming from because they did add a whole bunch of stuff. Personally, I don't see it like as like I see it just as like the game I bought a long time ago and greatly improved. So I'm happy if that makes sense. But I know where you're coming from. With me, it's like I wish they would fix a few things around, but for the most part, I'm very content with this. I don't feel like this game was worth the money. It comes down to how long are you going to play this game for. And I have like, I already have like, 600, 700 hours into this. And I feel like it was all like kind of worth it, so far. Oh, my shit's all fucked up again. How you doing, Gary? Nice to see you again, my man. God, a Sword and Shield type Gen 5 remake would suck so bad, Jen. It'll be pretty gross. It'd be pretty gross. I wouldn't like it. I guess we'll have to wait and see. If this game had no shy hunting in it, it would be like only worth like $20. I feel if this game had no shy hunting, I feel like this would be like a at max a $20 game. Maybe not even worth that because you play through it once, then what? You know, play online battles. I don't care less about online battles. And BSP is fine, but underground Diglett thing is dumb and resetting dumb because it takes. Oh yeah, no, I agree. I agree with you on that one. I think there's problems with the game, but it doesn't make it like a low graded game because of that. To me, at least. To me, the underground was completely like botched. You know, it had so much potential, but they just squandered it. Which to me personally, I'm okay with, only because I don't have to then do the underground. Legends, especially since Pokemon is doing something very new. I'm gonna love the game no matter what. I disagree. I think everyone's ready for this. I think everyone's extremely happy and waiting for this. I think the problem is we don't know about the shiny hunting. Because people like don't need to have online multiplayer for a Pokemon game for every single Pokemon game. That's where people get caught up with, This I see what this is. Like I see this as a single player experience. I see this as like it's not a Pokemon game traditionally in the sense of how it plays. So I think like people are gonna be really happy. It's gonna have like a Breath of Wild feel to it. It's gonna have like an exploration feel to it. But the problem is that for shiny hunters, which are not like the large vast majority, but they are a large chunk, I feel like they're gonna possibly hate it. I think the general Pokemon fan is gonna eat this shit up, and they're gonna die for a new one, and they're gonna be all like, "Oh, I love this game so much! Look at my cute Pikachu I caught!" Like how when Pokemon Snap came out, everyone's like, "I have so much nostalgia for this game because it brought back that love of Pokemon Snap when I was a little kid." They play through it once and never touch the game again. They play through it twice maybe. That's like a general the general Pokemon will eat this, like fan will eat this shit up. They'll just be like, "Oh, I need more," So I don't really have like doubts that it's gonna be bad in that regard. I think the game's gonna be really good for what it is. Honestly, I think the whole entire way it's set up is probably gonna be really good. But as a person that shiny hunts, I don't care about majority of what Pokemon is. Honestly, I don't care about the small interactions of getting my Pokemon to be my best friend. I just like collecting. I like to have that like encapsulation of the hard work I put into shiny hunting something and finally getting the payoff of that. Because like, completing the Pokedex, that's not impressive, You can complete the Pokedex in this game in like 24 hours if you do it right, So it's like one of those things of like, to me, I feel like the general public will love it. And I think a lot of people, I'll say like just off the bat, I think like 75% of people are going to love this. I'll even go to 80. And then the other percentile will be people are just bitter bitches and whatnot. Or people that have probably good grievances. I'm a bitter bitch, so I go in that category. And people that how it is. Okay, how toxic, I know how toxic Pokemon is. I see a lot of complaints happening as much as I love for it. Take Sun Moon, for example. This is just a whole... Sun Moon was garbage, though. Like, Sun Moon had proper reasons why. Sun Moon was a garbage game. Sun Moon deserved to be burnt to death. The thing is, I've seen people complain, but nowhere near as much. If you want, like, the toxicity was this game right here. Everyone complained about this game before it even came out, and it was like, everyone hated it, and all of a sudden, everyone that was like that was like, "Oh, it's actually a good game. Oh, whoops. We fucked up." No, I think it's the opposite right now. I mean, there's hate out there. There's gonna be haters. And most of them aren't even fucking fans of Pokemon. They're just fucking people that like to cause shit, essentially. People that played Pokemon when they were a kid, and now they see something they don't like because it's not the same thing they used to like, and they just shit on it. Or people that are like, I expect so much out of this company, which is rightfully so. But I mean, I do see hate for it, but nowhere near as much as the love and like excitement and whatnot. Like people like it's more so that happened with BDSP, and when it finally came out, people were like, "Oh, this is actually pretty great, actually." Like, sure, there's a few things that's stupid, but overall, it's a pretty great game. So like, to me, it's like, yeah, there's gonna be people that like hate that stuff, and there's like the Pokemon community is pretty toxic, obviously, but most of those people aren't even in the Pokemon community. Most of those people are fucking like fetishists that like fucking like furry porn and don't even actually care about like fucking Pokemon. There's more people that like the porn of Pokemon that actually like play the game and they just cause problems within the community for those games. So it's like, I know that sounds dumb, like that's like a legit thing. So for me, it's like I see people hate it, but nowhere near as much as BDSP are expecting a lot from Regice. And when they don't get it, they're gonna bash the game. Could never be me. Yeah, could never be me. Personally, I'll bash it like nonstop, possibly, because the Shiny will probably suck. Like, I'm a person that like I expect a lot from this company. And I expect very simple things. Like this game, the things I have to fix is very simple. Load up times, fix that, obviously. Underground, fix that, obviously. The Shiny Charm, even though I don't want to use it, the fact is, like, it's just simple things that need to be fixed. It's like just core mechanics, where most people that play like these type of games, they don't really like think about that. They think of like, oh, this little thing could have been better. Like, story I can get over, but no, I think that most people will like it. From the looks of it, it looks like it's gonna be a very long, tedious grind, and that's, I believe, what Pokemon should have been this whole time. Honestly, to fill the Pokedex, we've been sitting here filling the Pokedex for 25 years now, and we don't really fill it. We catch one Pokemon, and then they say this like pre-made text of the Pokemon. Like, we didn't earn that, you know. We didn't sit there and watch it do these things. But this game, they're actually making it to where, like, you're actually making the Pokedex. Like, these people are the people that have researched and observed the Pokemon, you know. You got to catch 30 of them, you know what I mean? You got to catch, like, 30 of those boys to be able to, I think I forgot to add an encounter. Like, for Shinx, for example, it's like, catch 30. Watch it use Quick Attack, like, 10 times. So, like, I feel like this game's actually going to work with what needs to be accomplished. But as a whole, I don't know. How you doing, Polytoad fan? How are you? Yeah, we're going for the Regis. I got Registeel the other day, so I'm just going for Regice, the most garbage Regi of them all. The one that I put 14k on, Sword and Shield never got. Okay, nothing. Most Pokemon games. Yo, no, okay, so I should change the way I phrase it, Gerard. It is a subpar game in general, but it's not a subpar game for Pokemon, is how I'd say. I feel like this game is like the pinnacle almost of Pokemon in the last couple years. It really hits the right points. It just doesn't really flush them out too much. And I guess since you're not really like a full-fledged hunter at times, or like, you know, you don't really take your time to do that. That's not like a diss toward you enough. That's just like saying, like, since you're not like that type of in the realm of full-fledged hunting, you don't really understand why it's a good game for me or other people. Like, you might understand, but it's just not for you, and that's totally fine. So I feel like we're two different people, obviously, with how we play games. But I feel like it is for sure a subpar game. Because every Pokemon game is subpar. Like, almost every Pokemon game it's below par, honestly. It's fucking garbage. Or is it supposed to be above par, essentially? I believe, like, is par supposed to be like in golfing? Like, you want to have below par? I can't remember. Something goofy. But because like you like going like the way like golfing works is really goofy. It's really goofy. Like, I don't know, but that's not the point. The point is like me in general, I think that like most Pokemon games have been very shitty as just games themselves. But as a Pokemon game, I feel like this is a very good Pokemon game. Was how I see it. Apparently those tasks are going to be what increases shiny odds. Nothing is confirmed. Oh yeah, for sure. No, that's what my assumption was when I first saw it. Like, that's going to probably, once you get those, well, it's not just going to be like it's going to possibly increase them, but it's also like you have to complete the game. You have to get all the tasks, from my understanding. Like, each task has its own. Oh, each Pokemon has its own tasks. Now, the reason why this game could be really good is that we can hunt everything now. Finally, like in the Let's Go, you couldn't hunt Charmeleon, you couldn't hunt Venusaur, Ivysaur, Squirtle, and Wartortle. Oh, you can hunt Squirtle, but I mean Wartortle and Blastoise. But I feel like with this game, we're probably gonna be able to hunt every single thing. Even in Sword and Shield, you couldn't hunt certain things, you know. But I feel like this game, we're actually gonna be able to physically hunt every single one, you know, to add these, because there's no multiplayer in the sense of, you know, there's like, I feel like this game will actually be the first one to bring in actual Pokemon that we have to fully incorporate, you know. Something tells me you're gonna get Regirock first. Oh yeah, because I got to go to Regirock after this one. Yeah, I mean, I might. I have 6 games going. I play a lot longer than you, to be fair. So like, it would make sense. Like, in 1 hour, I get like 300 encounters in. Sometimes 400 if sets up right. No, I think it's like 300, 280 to 300, I think. So like, it's just kind of like would make a little bit of sense. I hope I don't. I hope you get it really fast, but it would make a bit of sense if I get it. Let me go back. I had to watch, see if that's shiny. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, no, it wasn't. It means I like really pay attention. It looked shiny for a bit, but it wasn't. Okay, we're good. I think I'd add an encounter if I didn't. Whoops. 6 more added. It's gonna be either way. Wait. Yeah, no, for sure it's tedious. Ideally, what you have, like, every time you're out and about, just catch as many Pokemon as you can. And here's the problem, guys. Here's the real kicker. In this game, I can go get like 300 Pokeballs easy and catch whatever I want. In this game, you have to craft your resources. I don't believe they're actually going to sell Pokeballs. I think you have to actually make them. So you can't just go out nilly-willy and catching everything to fill out your decks really fast. You can do that, but you have to constantly keep rebuilding your stuff up. Let's see. I still do full odds for this Shiny Charm isn't the reason why the game's... Oh no, Shiny Charm is for sure the reason why. Like, it's one of the big reasons why the game isn't doing that great, without a doubt. Like, that's one of the big reasons why it's not doing so great. Honestly, and people complain about the Shiny Charm, but the full odds, but they aren't the reason the games are not loved. Oh no, for Shiny Hunters for sure. For Shiny Hunters, without a doubt, that's like a huge portion of the community. Majority of the comments I'll hear about complain about this game is just Shiny Charm, and like you can say, oh, I'm a very particular. It is because like post game, like this game sucks. Like this, every Pokemon game sucks to play through for the most part, outside of multiplayer. But I'm saying in particularly for Shiny hunting, that's a huge complaint people complain about. Like that's like why people like I really don't want to hunt this game because they do radar and then they're bored of radar. And you want to know why they do radar? Because their Shiny Charm doesn't work. You want to know why they get bored so fast? Because they have to like do only Shiny Charm that way. It's just garbage. I think I just might have reset. I don't know, Shiny. I didn't pay attention. I don't think I reset a Shiny, but I mean that's possible. Okay, I think we're good. Do I have to add to that one? But without a doubt, that is a big reason why. The Shiny Charm is like, there's so many people that get annoyed by that. A lot of people don't want to do the randomness park hunts because they don't get affected by a Shiny Charm. A lot of people don't want to hunt in certain areas because there's a 50% spawn and you can't hunt it. Like Gibble, he's a 50% spawn. You can't use a Shiny Charm on him. You have to do it through the underground, or you have to do it through the other way. And of course, the underground is super tedious and long. Like the fact that the underground doesn't get affected by a Shiny Charm at all, or doesn't get affected by anything almost. It's all about like that's like a huge thing. I know it doesn't sound like it, but it really is a huge thing. That's one reason why. For like an average person, I don't mind it. I don't mind it, honestly. Like for me, it's like I'm completely content with that. But for a lot of people, like that's their biggest complaint, and that's why people don't like it. Full odds, even with working weight. I don't understand these people because there wasn't really the problem is, Gerard, is that there wasn't really that many legendaries to hunt in the Crown Tundra, and on top of that, a lot of them were through Dynamax Avengers, which had like a 1 in 100 chance, and plus you get other shinies while you were hunting it, if you had a Shiny Charm, of course. So like it makes sense. People were still mad. I was still kind of mad, not that they were full odds, but because there wasn't enough. But I'm like I said, I'm a completely different person. But the problem is that like Crown Tundra had like the 3 Regis, the 5 Regis, so 6 Regis. Then they had the 3 dudes, and that's it for legendaries. Like they had like 9, 10 that were full odds. That's not a big deal. This game has 17, and you can't pick when you want to hunt certain ones because you have to close out of other ones. Like with the Regis, you could hunt them all day. Like you could skip things. I mean, outside Regigigas, but you could skip between if you want to do the which one, if you want to do like the Swords of Justice and whatnot. In this game, you have to progress to get to the other shines. You have to get the a particular thing going. So like I get where people are coming from with like the Crown Tundra's Shiny Charm not working. Because even people were pissed off at that. Honestly, a lot of people were pissed off at it, even with the fossils. It's just that not many people talk about it as much because they had so many other things they could do. They could just Dynamax Adventures, They just do Dynamax Adventures. I'm digging the no abilities and breeding for artists. See, I like the no breeding. I'm 100% for that. I've been saying like I think they're going to be taking out breeding for a while now. Like I remember me and Umbreon were talking. I'm like I think they might take it out of Sword and Shield. He goes, no, they wouldn't take out Sword and Shield. I'm like I don't know. Of course they didn't. But I'm like it just seems like it's kind of like a weird thing to do. Honestly, like if you really think about it, they took out like the game corner and whatnot, where you're gambling, and that's like not good for kids. I think having Pokemon, just teaching kids how to have Pokemon to have sex and whatnot and have like babies, probably not a good idea either. So they would probably want to shy away. Granted, they didn't. This time, I think it's due out of necessity. It's kind of like needed because the walking system would be really weird, and the egg hatching system would be really weird because you could get on like a Pokemon and fly through the air, and will it like really count that? Like did they take that into account? And there's a few other reasons why I feel like Arceus is just like they had to get rid of it. They had to just get rid of it, and kind of should have gotten charm rates applied, just in my opinion, just because it wasn't in the original. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Brian. Like, why didn't they do that? I think the reason why was because they were trying to. This is a very. I said this before. Like this is very calculated by them, because they want you to get online. They want you to buy online. They want you to go out and buy online, because
if they had the shiny charms drop to 1 in 1024, you know, you wouldn't be doing the Diglett method that much. And if you're not doing the Diglett method, you don't need to buy online, you know? Like, you can get all these Pokemon just if you have, like, friends locally, you know? Or if you do, like, the free trial online. But what they can't do is have a consistent customer for their online if the Diglett method's all fucked, you know? So I'm pretty sure this is, like, a reason why they did that, was they all came down to money. They realized that, like, you know, if they had the shiny charm, people aren't going to go online as much, and they couldn't do the Diglett method. Now, maybe the shiny charm could have dropped it down to, like, 1 in, like, 2048, and then had to where the Diglett method dropped down to 1 in 1024. Maybe that would have been better, and that would have been the smart move by Pokemon. But it seems like the reason why they did this was mainly for the money aspect. That's just me, though. I mean, and we had to, like, think about how does Pokemon do this? Oh, because they're greedy. Even at 10 minutes for the grabbing Digletts is garbage. Even if it gave it 10 minutes, which it obviously doesn't, but even if it did that, it's still fucking atrocious. Like, 10 minutes would still be bad. It should be like a 20-minute thing, honestly. And just make it to where maybe there's a few more Digletts needed. Yeah, and that's the main reason why they did it. Like, how are they going to get sales for it? Like, some people just don't want to buy online to play competitive multiplayer when they could just, you know, they don't need to. They can just, like, they only want to shiny hunt. Like, because for a lot of things, you don't need online to shiny hunt, honestly. You just need a foreign Ditto, which could require online, but you can get, like, a free, you know, 10-day pass or whatever, like a 7-day pass they give away on free accounts and whatnot for online. Like, there's ways to make it where you just get that really quick and ditch out. You know, people can wait for Nintendo Home to come out, or Nintendo Pokemon Home to come out eventually and just transfer if they need to, you know. There's ways around it. But it's just so goofy. Like, this company is, you have to think about how they're going to benefit the most. Why would they limit things, essentially? Why would they limit things in particular, you know? They made it so that, yeah, this feature's garbage, you know? This feature's so bad. The Diglett feature is the worst thing. That's why I said, like, I think the Underground's garbage. Everyone's like, oh, I love it. It's fun. It's like, yeah, the first week is going to be fun, but guess what? After that, it's gonna suck. You're going to hate it. You just wait. And that's what happened with a lot of people. They realized, wow, this whole entire system is fucking trash. Which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. I mean, it's Pokemon. You know, you expect it to be trash. It's kind of how it goes. I keep forgetting to push Y. X is just a lot easier to click than Y. One time I saw this guy who was trying to speedrun a Nuzlocke for Soul Silver and got both Raikou and Entei Shiny on the same game. What exactly are the odds of that happening? Because I don't know. I wonder if he had... I don't know. Sometimes I wonder about that stuff. Either he got extreme luck, and it's like the chances of that are like, you know, like the 1 in like 5 million type of thing, essentially. Like, it's ridiculous. Or he had like a modded copy that had like better rates or something, maybe just for them, just for the luck of it, you know. Like, some people will do that. Some people will edit a game file because was he playing a legit copy? If he was playing a legit copy, that's cool. But if he was playing like an emulator doing that, which a lot of speedrunners use emulators at times, I do think I've seen some people that do that. Not a lot, but I've seen some. It's like, that is possible he could have like goofed on that. If not, the way he got like a 1 in like 5 million, one I think like 16 million or something. It's like crazy. The chance of that is pretty much seeing 2 shines at once at the same time. On the screen, something like that, essentially, in like the 1/8000 game. So it's insane. So if he wasn't using if he was using an emulator, I could see him using that for views and whatnot. But who knows? Because there's a lot of goofy people that do fake a lot of stuff. So rather if he did it legit, like that's amazing. He's the luck of that is beyond crazy. But if he was doing like a Nuzlocke, I mean, that's already kind of starting off on the realms of possibly you know, emulator usage. Where they hailed back home support, they make people... Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. I think there's also... I feel like there was a bit more to just than that. I do feel like this game just wasn't ready for launch, honestly. And that's why they're kind of holding back home a little bit. But also, I think it was to be with the money aspect of, like, you know, Arceus comes out eventually, and there's like a... Yeah, 1 in 64 million. I know it was something crazy like that. Something ridiculous. But essentially is what I'm getting at is that... So it's real. Okay, that's cool. And it's dirty feet. Oh, that's gross. So I'm guessing, yeah, he was just lucky then. Unless he had like a hacked version, which people can do that, but I'm assuming he's just lucky. And his dirty fingers. Oh, jeez. But like, you can still hack carts, honestly. You can still hack carts. So either he got really lucky or he had a hacked cart, essentially. But no, that's if he did do that, that's amazing. I will never say that, you know, someone didn't do something that's super crazy. I always am skeptical of people. I always am skeptical of people. Yeah, they get into crazy when it's a 1/8,000 and having something like that so small like happening is just beyond unheard of. That's like getting like, you know, like the 3 shiny stars at the beginning, all of them being shiny. That's like that on the same like par feel of that. I mean, it's horrible because the walls and rocks are painting. Exactly, yeah. The Pokemon rumors that you can get like within 3 minutes of 3 really training. Exactly, yeah. And the things that this spawns up garbage stuff, you know. You're not guaranteed certain spawns all the time, you know. Even if you put statues on, you're not guaranteed certain aspects of what you want. It's a very flawed method, and I feel like what happened was, once again, they just didn't think. They didn't play it through. They didn't test play it. They didn't think, wow, how amazing is this? How will it work out in the overall? I don't know, but if it makes us money, it makes us money. Now, if you could have it to where like this would have been fixed. Like honestly, it wouldn't have been a bad idea if that once you got your 40 out of 40, Diglets would keep spawning, but you'd have to like walk into them to increase that like the continuation of that. You know what I mean? Like that would be fine. That'd be actually kind of nice. If they would have made it to where like maybe for 1 hour, one person can hunt. I mean, it's not ideal, but it would have been better. It's actually far from ideal, but once you got the 40 out of 40, no more Diglett spawn. So why couldn't we just have it to where we could just keep increasing it, you know? Not having to go all the way and get those 40 again. Just have it to where, you know, 3s pop up often. It'll, you know, prolong it. Maybe every Diglett adds on another, like we'll say, like 20 seconds. 10 seconds a little too low. Something like that, you know? And that way you can keep it going. So maybe you can have a friend that will farm the Diglets for like a half an hour, then you get to farm the Diglets for a half an hour. It's like a, you know, something like that. It could be like, you know, a group. You go in groups essentially. Maybe it'll be like 10 people in the underground, and you can like, you know, play for like, you know, 3 hours of hunting, and then it's your turn to farm the Diglets for 30 minutes, you know? Something simple like that. But instead, you have to have like everyone do it, and it's just too tedious, and it's ridiculous. And it's just not worth the output. Just hunt normally at that point. That's like why I said with Sword and Shield. I said just hunt normally, and you'll get the shines just as fast as if you try to do this weird method, which doesn't even work. People just don't want to listen. You know? Just crazy. Crazy stuff. Oh, sorry. My neck is all cranked up. So the brilliant Pokemon Sword and Shield, they have like a 1 in 5/12 chance of being shiny. Like, what's the actual when a brilliant Pokemon spawns up? What's the chance of it being shiny? Does anyone? I don't really know the whole like breakdown for them. Because you could just fly around the overworld looking only for brilliant Pokemon, and they would sometimes spawn relatively fast, even if you didn't have a 1 in 500 knockout or a 500 knockout. That might just be the better way to hunt, honestly, in that game. Just go for the fucking brilliant auras. But I can't remember. I haven't played Sword and Shield in so long. That game had so much potential, man. It just was squandered. Just was squandered. Like, this game is pretty much semi-squandered with how long these load-ups are, you know? People are playing on 1 and 2 switches. It's just as brutal. It's brutal. You know, it's like, what the hell? Why'd they do that? But, you know, I think Legends Arceus. Look at, I want to be good. I'm hoping my expectations are at minimum to low, and if there's at least even decent shy hunting, I'll be happy. I'll be pretty over the moon. What I'll probably do is I'll probably like 2 or 4 times hunt these games through soft resets while I just play Arceus normally. That's probably like once we get it set up and loaded up and whatnot, and how we get settled in. I see what's going to possibly happen is that if it's, you know, they say that people are saying, you know, the shiny rates are going to increase once you fill out that Pokemon in the Podex completely, which could be nice. But then again, if the main goal is to fill out the whole entire Pokedex and whatnot, after you fill out the whole Pokedex, it could be kind of goofy. You'd be seeing shinies way, way more often. It could be weird, you know. I don't even know how. I don't even know. The coding is just so complicated and dumb. Should just simply increase the odds for every spawn after every spawn. Exactly. It should have. The game is so bad. It's so like how they set up everything. I hate it. Look at. I wish I could say I like and love Sword and Shield, because there's some parts of the Sword and Shield hunts that were so good. The Galorian Stunfisk hunt was so fun. Like I loved doing that one. And then they had, fishing was actually not that bad in that game. Fishing was kind of nice. I wish they would go back to the fishing where like, you didn't have to like once it got on the line, it's on the line. Like I miss that. I can multi-hunt that. I can relax. Even just single hunting it, it's like not that bad. But having it to where it can like break off if you're not fast enough, I really don't like that. But I feel like Sword and Shield did a good enough job on it. This game I think fucked that up because I don't think it vibrates when you get something landed on the thing on your rod. I think it just shows the exclamation point, but I don't think your controller vibrates. I could be wrong. I could turn off a setting for that possibly, which I probably did on accident. But if it doesn't vibrate when you're fishing, that's very stupid of this game. The fossil hunts were pretty cool, but you only got 4. Like, why didn't they add the other fossils? They add them in the DLC, as living fossils, but they couldn't add them as their normal reverted, fossilized version. Very stupid. And I don't know. I just want to play open world Pokemon game with good graphics and animation. So that's wait 1 second. Ooh. Okay, we're good. The franchise can stop being laughing stock. Well, I don't know if that's a good idea because what if this is like the only one we get for a while, and that it goes back to being a laughing stock because it's no longer open world. Honestly, I always feel like people are like the people that complain about Pokemon's graphics when are always stupid. Not you, I mean like the people that make it a laughing stock, But I do agree to some extent. Like I feel like they really should, but at the same time, I guess we have to wait. Like this game had beautiful graphics, honestly, and some pretty good animations. Not as good. They could be better, but point being, I agree for the most part. I feel like they need to have a game that really stands out. However, that brings potential to get mocked even more once it goes back. Like, for example, you had Breath of the Wild that came out, and then you had, like, that Zelda game, like that, the one that's like this game, like the chibi one that came out not too long after, and people were all shitting on it for and whatnot. I think Breath of the Wild came out first. People ate that shit up, and then that chibi version of, like, the remake of that Zelda game, I could be wrong. I could be thinking about a 3DS game. But I believe they had a Switch game that was, like, Link's Awakening, or A Link to the Path. I think it was Link's Awakening, and people shit on that pretty hard. And after they shit on it, they're like, "Oh, it's actually kind of cute. It's kind of nice." You know what I mean? So I don't know. When people like laugh at things, I just think they're pretty stupid to begin with. Like when they like these graphics are garbage. That's just my personal opinion. But I know it kind of like puts you in this like weird box. I think I might have actually added one right there. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, Schwell. I do think this open world Pokemon game is going to be fun. I think it's going to be a fun game. I just don't know how it's going to work with shiny hunting. And like I said, like, I'm looking forward to a fun experience, but since I'm a streamer and I have things I want for a game, it's just going to put a bad taste in my mouth. If I was just playing it casually and I never like did stream and whatnot, I'd still like the game. I'd just be disappointed with it. There's no shiny hunting, but I would still be like, okay, I think it's a pretty fun game as is. But as I said, like I mainly just shiny hunt. I like to shiny hunt. I want to make sure I get like bang for my buck for this game. And I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see how it goes. We'll have to wait and see how it goes. I think like I don't really worry about graphics until we get like a really powerful Nintendo system, which seems like won't be forever because they're always so far behind, To me, it's like to make it not be a laughingstock is to put it on the fucking computer. To put the Pokemon game on the fucking computer, then it won't be a laughingstock to me. Then it'll be like, hey, there we go, it's finally working. That's when I feel like we'll get like the top tier graphics and like the good aspect. I feel like honestly, Arceus should have been Switch and computer released. However, I bet it would be too hard to optimize for computer and Switch. If they made a good enough game with good hunts, we might play and try hunting it for 2 or more years before they make another good. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Exactly. Basically in 2 weeks. How excited are you? Sorry, I just had to answer this a lot. I'll play this. I'm excited, but I'm also very worried. That's my thing. And not worried that's gonna be a bad game. I'm worried it's gonna be a bad shiny hunting game. So like, and that's what I kind of have to explain to people. Like, I think it's gonna be a good game. Don't get me wrong. I think it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be a good game. It's just not. I don't know about for a shiny hunting game. Fan with Pokemon is low because the games are just okay with exactly, yeah, and that's what I've been saying. I think the best way they could make the Pokemon series very, very good is if they did fucking what Pokemon Go does. Every like 2 weeks, release like 2 new Pokemon or something. You know, have it to where I say this multiple times over. Make the base game have 400 Pokemon, maybe 500 Pokemon. Then every month release like 5 or 6 more Pokemon for free, you know, and have it to where eventually they rotate out. Hey, if they want to even monetize it, make it to where, you know, you can pay like we'll say like a season pass, which gives you like access to a different area that will always keep those rotating Pokemon. They can do something. I don't really care, but have it to where you just will always add in for free on a completely new island, like 4 new Pokemon each week, or every like, you know, like something like that, or maybe every week it's 2 new Pokemon. Brings people back in, you know, and then of course that changes the meta with like the online. All of a sudden, you know, one meta is really dominant. All of a sudden you pop in a new one, you know. I'm scared of the bad part of the Pokemon community where they see one flaw. Oh yeah, that's gonna happen, honestly. I mean, I agree that's gonna happen. Like, there's a lot of people that are like that. The thing is that like he's like overall, there's always gonna be people that like hate it and they're asshats about it. With me, like it just has to have good shy hunting. If it doesn't have good shy hunting, I don't want to see another game like this. I don't care how good it feels to play. I don't want to see a sequel because what's the replayability of a Pokemon game? It's always been the shy hunting for me. You know, I don't play competitive online. This game's not even gonna have competitive online. So it's like, you know, if I get, we'll say that maybe this game gives you $60, 60 hours of entertainment. That's $1 per every hour, which, you know, maybe is not too bad. But at the same time, I could pay 60 for this game and have like, you know, 2,000 hours of entertainment. So that's kind of how I see it. Continue support updates for 2 or more years before another game. Yeah, no, that's what I've been saying. Like something like that simple. Add a DLC every once in a while. The thing is that they just need to keep dripping out content that'll make it to where people are excited. The best way to make a community excited is to make streamers excited. Because as dumb as that sounds, people tend to watch streamers for a good amount of video games nowadays. And they want to be a part of a community that gets extremely excited when something new comes out, you know? And that's the way that you could deal. They could start off with, you know, a couple Pokemon, and all of a sudden, look at out of nowhere, whoa, a Mega Pokemon's getting released. A new Mega Pokemon's getting released. You can go hunt that Mega Pokemon. You know, you can actually hunt the Mega Pokemon in general. Once you catch it, it reverts back to the normal Pokemon, but it gives you the stone for that Pokemon. People would be freaking out. People would be freaking out, essentially. That would be so amazing. Oh, look at also we have Megas again, you know, in this thing. But we only got one right now, so I guess we have to wait till next week to see what the next Mega is, you know? And then people are sitting there, they're waiting. And they're like, oh my God, I cannot wait for that, you know? But the company's a bunch of dumb bitches. Yeah, the Shy Hunt is like, and that's why I say, like, with Shy Hunt, it's replayability, but it's the main, like, thing that really brings people back a lot of the times. Like, outside, like, you know, multiplayer. And this game's not going to have multiplayer, you know? It's going to have trading, but it's not going to have multiplayer. So Shy Hunting will be the main mechanic. That's why Let's Go, the main reason why Let's Go was good was it was a shiny hunting experience. It was not a you play the game and you play online and have an amazing time. It was you play the game to shiny hunt and you have an amazing time. I had 1,345 hours in the shield because of shy hunt, exactly. And like you wouldn't more than likely majority of the time if it wasn't for shy hunting. I mean, unless you play competitive, maybe you'd have like 600, maybe even more, but for me, I would just go on like Showdown or something. It'd be a lot more convenient. It'd be a lot more convenient to go on like something simple that's set up more better. But no, like it's I don't know, it's just weird. You want to help me trade evolve my hunter in? I'm trying to use Gengar for the battle tower. If anyone can help reach on, I'd appreciate it. Sadly, I can't. I'm in this area. Average game every year, like a game, fun, but there's always caveats that bring down the experience. Feels want a good Pokemon game without. Oh no, I agree. And that's why they need like a 3 to 4 year cycle in between each game. I mean each game in the sense of each type of game. Like a new gen should take about 3 or 4 years. Like a Let's Go Johto type of game, or like a Let's Go type of thing, it could totally work within 3 to 4 years, you know, being developed. Like there's so many things they could do, they don't do it. And they try to rush it out because they have to make deadlines. I had tons of hours from competitive. Sob, you don't count. Leave. No, I'm kidding. I'm personally, I'm just not a competitive person. And I know there's a lot of people that, because I know there's a huge selling point, is the competitive aspect of Pokemon. But even within the competitive aspect of Pokemon, people shiny hunt very, like they shiny hunt a lot with competitive because they want to get the shiny Pokemon. So it's kind of funny because like the shiny hunters don't overlap multiplayer as much as multiplayer overlaps to shiny hunting, if that makes sense. There's more people that just shiny hunt and don't play competitive, But there's a lot of people that play competitive, but also shiny hunt, which is I think is kind of funny. Like it's like a weird trade off. So you would assume they'd put more time into shiny hunting, but they don't because they think that multiplayer is the main huge pivotal point where it only brings in stuff, or what they feel like is the easiest, mostly the easiest. Last shiny hunting shield was grounded. Well, let's see. When I was half asleep, woke up me the hell up. Yeah, no, I know that feeling. I had it the other day. I was falling asleep when I had a P-Doof. I was falling asleep when I was playing this, and I got P-Doof, and I was like, poof. Woke me right up. I think it was P-Doof at least. Excuse me, so that was gross. That was really gross. But like me, for example, it's like they just have it to where every year they have a new game that's, you know, kind of fixed up right. Like, for example, I think they should outsource 2 main type of games and then make 2 main type of games. So they have a 4-year dev cycle, you know? And then they can have it to where they can fully work on stuff, make DLC for some games, and then add in other small games. So like, ideally, it'd be like I said before, it'd be like a new gen 1 year. Let's Go the next year. Legends Arceus type of game the next year. And then like a wild card that could be like a Pokemon Rumble or like a Pokemon Coliseum type of game, a Pokemon actually called Darkness type of game, a Pokemon like Mystery Dungeon type of game. And then in between all those, they could also release like little remakes here and there, you know? They could release like new mini games, like a smaller XD Gal Darkness game. They could do a lot. They could still release 2 games a year while having a 3 to 4 year dev cycle. And if they don't release like them, they could always like, you know, if they don't release them, they could always add DLC. If they don't have like a release for that year, just add DLC. People eat up DLC all the time if it's done right. Easy shot my team members. Exactly. That's why I mostly tell people like there's a lot more overlap with people that play shiny hunting. I mean people that play the like competitive and that will shiny hunt compared to people that shiny hunt and that will play competitive. As dumb as that sounds, because they're like two different things entirely, you know. It's more so to bling out. It's not for the fact that they like to shiny hunt most of the times, like they have to bling out their team. See, I'm trying to get shiny house. I don't know if I'm going to stick with it, but I'll try for a bit. In this game, I mean, it's brutal, but if you get it, it'll be worth it. Reach on, I can help. Do you want to set up a code or should I? Here, you guys can use my code. Reach on if you're still here, which I assume you are. The homie said he'll help you. Let me type in my code. You guys can use it because sometimes the codes don't pop up in chat. So use this as a universal code whenever you're here to trade with people. I know you'll forget it, but in general, that's what we do. It's relatively easy to do. It's not too hard. There we go. So if you're still here, reach on. Jack said he would help you, which I appreciate. Thank you for helping. I would have helped, but I'm currently stuck in this Regice area. And I can't be blowing up a plate just for this. Quick little trade. No, I just like I said, like, I think for the general public, people are going to absolutely love Legends Arceus. There might be some flaws, don't get me wrong, but there's always flaws in games nowadays. For sure, there's going to be some flaws here and there, but that's just how it goes. But for the true people that are going to be playing the game after releases for months on end, I feel like there might not be that good support for them. And it's going to be a not great experience, maybe like a subpar experience, below par. So we'll have to see. I've gotten was a Shiny Cleffa and Crystal. It was the Odd Egg first try. Nice. I think I got Shiny Cleffa too that way. I think that was my, I think I did a first try or it was a second try. I can't remember. But Shiny Cleffa is so cute, and that's a good one. I love my little Shiny Cleffa. Cute, cute, cute. Support comes with BSP. I'm gonna shiny hunt. I'm gonna get shiny charm just to hunt Fiona. Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I feel like if they really do fix the shiny charm though, like they actually made it to where it worked as for overall, I think there'd be a lot of people would pop back into these hunts and be able to really power through them. You know, I might just like, depending on how it goes, if they actually ever were to change the shiny charm rates and get them fixed, I might just try to get a shiny charm on all my accounts just to see if I can complete like the whole entire game's Pokedex, honestly. Make a complete living dex of this game, but at the same time, I don't know. Probably won't. Also, I feel like the shine charm, the reason why it was so awkward is that it could like it made it weird to where it could like affect the chain, if that makes sense. The whole like Poke Radar. I feel like they tried to plan around that as well, and it was probably better just to like the coding was probably really awkward to where like it couldn't make it to where it didn't affect the overworld and whatnot. So they just went with like only making it affect the Masuda method. That could have been a reason too. You would assume that there'd be different code scripts and whatnot, but at the same time, you just never know because coding is ridiculous and crazy. So I really don't know. Braun said all 6 were shy and I reset them all. Yeah, I know, right? I know, right? If only. If only. If all of them were shiny, I reset it. That would be like literally the best. That would have to be getting a couple million views right there. That would have to give me a couple million views, huh? They were hunting a Snorlax and Pokemon Go. That's pretty funny. Rip. Rip. They were having too much fun shy hunting Snorlax. I can't even blame them. Maybe they weren't even shy hunting. That's the sad part. They're probably normies that just want to get the normal Snorlax. Who knows if they actually were shy hunters? Who actually knows? Oh. He's in, Jack. He's in. I'm in. I really want to just have a really good experience. I wonder if they're gonna have a shiny charm in this game. I wonder what's gonna happen. Yeah, I apologize. I am what happened yesterday? I think what happened was after I ended my egg lock. I sat there and shy hunted for like another 8 to 10 hours. And by the time I went to bed, it was like 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock. I think it was 4 o'clock when I went to bed. So when I woke up, it was about like 10 o'clock. I was exhausted. And the problem was that when I said I want to do like a meme stream on Discord, no one like was really like excited for it. Like no one like was like, yeah, let's do this, Like, so I was like, okay, I'm just not going to do it. So maybe I'll just have to like try to figure out, like I'll have to see if people want it. Because a few people were like, there's like 2 people that were excited for it, like you and another person. But no one else like talked about if they still want me to do it. You know what I mean? So like, I just don't know. Like I'll try to do one this week, but it's like, I don't want to do one and have like no one show up because then I'll just be boring. Or half the people show up and there's no way to rewatch what we watched, So it's like this weird in between where it's like, okay, well, you lost your chances of ever seeing that stream. I want to do it, but I want to make sure there's at least a couple people joining. There we go. But it really came down to me being asleep for most of the day. I went to a deep phase in my Wayward Cave Bronzor hunt. I was too stubborn to give up. I literally fell asleep twice while doing it. I fell asleep on my mic like this at one point, and I fell asleep like this. Yeah, imagine the conversation with the chief. Sir, come on, Snorlax, though. Exactly. That she would be like, why would you want a Snorlax? You just eat all our donuts. And it was good, really dramatic. I got a Discord channel. Here, I'll invite you. You just gotta send $10,000. You just gotta send $10,000. Okay, here you go. Let me find my YouTube chat. Ooh, that's bright. That's bright. There you go. Yeah, he owns the TikTok Discord, I know, right? Mainly Jojo Sawa's account. Well, that's actually true. Though. Okay, you can join the Discord. It doesn't cost anything. I need to become one of those people that have like ridiculous amounts of viewers, like like 100,000 viewers, and then post like be like, do you have a Discord? Like, yeah, but you gotta become a sub. Be like one of those people like put it behind a paywall, like a $20 paywall, $100 paywall. Ugh. Man, just imagine if I was like an attractive girl, dude, I'd be winning so much right now. I would be like the most viewed Pokemon streamer without a doubt. I'd be the most if I was a sexy lady. I'd be making so much money. You kidding me, dude? It's crazy. Maybe I just have to become a girl at this point. I could just tuck my winky into my butt. I got the boobs, you know, just shave my chest, put a sports bra on, shave my beard, my mustache, put on some makeup. I could probably do it. Just tuck my winky into my bungus. I'll be a part of the girls' club. I'll become an extreme liberal. I think this is a good idea. I love women. I love women. Oh, you love me. That's so nice. Once a month, donate at least 10 every month. Exactly. And on Discord night, she'll laugh and giggle. The epic pog memes with me. You gotta boost my Discord 3 times. 3 separate accounts, 3 times each. It would be pretty lucky though if I was a hot, sexy lady. If I was a hot, sexy lady, I'd be so mean to people. I would be so mean to people. It'd be so funny. We thought about like really fucking with people. Like we thought about like because I had like a voice changer thing. I don't think it works right now, does it? Okay, right now the voice changer doesn't work. I have to like set it up, but for like on my thing, and we thought about like just goofing on people for the longest time. And because you can change your voice on a voice changer to sound like a girl if you know how to do like your normal voice and how to like change the like inflection, and then you work with the voice changer, you can really sound like a girl. And we thought about doing that and then making like a VTuber type of thing. That'd been so funny. A sexy lady, what am I doing here then? All right, what am I doing here then? Wait, what happened if there was no Shines Legends? They should just tell us if they are or not. Like right off the bat, like everyone shiny hunts, but they never talk about it. Shinies. Yeah, no, exactly. It's because it's better to not talk about it for them because then people can complain essentially and have a, like since they addressed it, they have a really good reason to complain. You know, like there's a lot to it. You know. There's a lot to it. So like I get where they're coming from a business standpoint, but as like a moral, you know, like type of standpoint is pieces of shit. So like with me, it's like I've been saying for a long time they have to just address shiny hunting, you know. But the closest thing they addressed to shiny hunting recently has been like when they said like brilliant Pokemon lead to something shiny or whatever the fuck they said, but they didn't phrase it, you know. They didn't really say like you'll get shiny Pokemon if you encounter brilliant Aura Pokemon at a so and so chance. Like the less they have to talk about shiny Pokemon, the better because it doesn't cost them anything. Because that just opens them up for criticism. Why isn't the shiny charm in this game working the way it's supposed to, like in other games? Why in the other games the shiny charm doesn't work right compared to how it works in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon? Why is this is that, you know? Why was in Pokemon Let's Go the shiny charm worked on legendaries, but now it doesn't work on the ones in Sword and Shield in this game? Like it leads them open to a lot of criticism and a lot of criticism they don't need, essentially. Like making it like public. Like they can just avoid it, you know, but if they bring it up themselves, then it leads to a lot of problems, which suck. You know, just how it goes. Yeah, they very, very seldomly bring it up because it's better to not talk about it and just have people consume the products for it than to talk about it and have people complain, you know? It's the smartest thing, honestly. It's the smartest thing. However, it would bring more people in, I feel, if they really bring it up. Figure out exactly the method. I know, that's what I'm saying. And I told people, don't do it, dude! And people still did it. But hey, I'm a genius. What can I say? I'm a genius, honestly. No, I'm kidding. Kidding about kidding. No, I'm smart. But no, it really is sad because people put a lot of time into doing that knockout method and they got dicked over half the time. You know? It's stupid. It's just like you wish they would just talk about things. You know? Just how it goes. If it's not one thing, it's another. That's why, like, I really hope, like, there's, like the Nexomon or Temtems would eventually, like, you know, really get full steam ahead and start being able to put pressure on Pokemon. Like Pokemon's too big to fail. Like it's always gonna be part of the culture. It's a cultural thing, you know. Pokemon is a very big cultural thing. It's like these like Pokemon games aren't even that good, but it has like pop culture like to it, you know. People just know what Pokemon is, you know. And if Pokemon was just like something like random, it wouldn't be doing as good as it is. Because, you know, it's just not that good of a thing. But it has like it's been there for so long, it's ingrained in people's souls. Like their whole entire childhood could have been Pokemon. They get back into it as they get older and something that's easy to get into. Like so like Pokemon isn't going anywhere anytime soon. But I would like pressure from like these Nexomon type of games and all that type of stuff that would really push forward the dialogue to where they have to start talking about Shy Hunt and they have to make it a priority and make it like a real thing, you know, in the sense of like address it pretty much. Which just seems like they don't do, you know. Only beat Cheyenne Pro with 4 Pokemon, Torterra, Scizor, Absol, and Alakazam. Bruh. That's a powerful, powerful team. Powerful team. That Alakazam in there. Ooh-wee. Scizor's cool too. I like Scizor. Excuse me. But no, the problem with the Pokemon, like the Shiny Hunt community, is that they're not really vocal and they don't really cause any like stirs. You know, they just don't really like, you know, cause any problems with the community. Like a lot of Pokemon hunters, a lot of Shiny Hunters are really passive and really like, you know, non-confrontational. Most Shiny Hunters are non-confrontational. I think Shiny Hunting breeds a certain type of person, and you see a lot of people that tend to have like the same personality type for the most part. I mean, there's others that are like, you know, that can be like really like, you know, out there, like me, for example. I'm really like aggressive person in the sense of like, you know, I'll speak my mind. You know, I know when to like not speak it, but in the most part, like I'm pretty like, you know, confrontational. I'll get to what I need to say essentially in the right context. But there's just not enough of those people out there. Like if I had like my big fucking YouTube like A drive, I'd be fucking big time complaining. But guess what? That affects his bottom lines. You know, that affects a lot of problems with him. You know, then he has problems with Pokemon. What if they never want to do a collab with him in the future? All that type of stuff. But we need like a true someone that has like a really big following that can just like, you know, start putting pressure. They do like fix like the fucking fix the national dex problem. That's not a problem. The national dex being in every Pokemon game isn't a problem, bros. Like, so, hey, sorry to tell you, it's not a big deal. I think about resetting the game, to be honest. I think I'm going to reset it. Why not? Why do you want to reset it? Why do you want to reset it, though? That's the question. Man, I really hate this hunt. This hunt blows ass. We're only like what, like 2.5 hours into the stream? Yikes! I'm very grateful you guys are still chatting and hanging out with me, even though I'm complaining a lot. You know, trust me, I want the best for the Pokemon Company. Like, I don't think I would even know I want to stream if I didn't like do these games. Like, if I were to stop, if I just stopped playing Pokemon, I don't even know if I'd stream anymore. Honestly, like what do I want to do at that point? You know what I mean? So like with me, it's like this game makes me want to keep going and keep collecting and keep like completing stuff. But at the same time, it makes it so hard when they bring out new games that look like they could be fun, but they squander it, you know? Just so I can play it again and get a whole team and just try out things. Well, if you don't care about the online, you can just make a whole entire new account. Just make a secondary Switch account and then play on it. Yeah, exactly. Just create a new save, yeah. Just make a new Switch account. Make like, you know, player 1. We'll say your current account's player 1. Make player 2 and then play it on there. Now you won't have online connected to it because, you know, you have, unless you have the family plan, you can connect that account. But yeah, if you're just gonna play normal, I'll do that. Then you can just trade over Pokemon later on if you need to. Well, I guess you'd have to have 2 Switches or like a friend, but that's what I'd recommend. The game wasn't so hard, it shouldn't be bad, and I want a reason to hear the music again. Gotcha, yeah. Honestly, if people just powered through each area without, like, you know, really taking time to train, I feel like the games are pretty challenging. To be fair, I mean, if you know the type ups, you know like what to do. But if you just start using random Pokemon, I feel like it can be a pretty challenging game. It really only gets challenging on certain parts, though. Like the true challenge part is the level gap essentially that pops up from the Elite Four, from like 8th gym to the Elite Four, and even within the Elite Four, the level gap is really large for the starting guy. But yeah, that way you can keep your file still. So if you want to shy hunt on that file, you can still shy hunt on it. You don't have to restart the whole entire thing. I feel like things you can do on it too. Keeping it around is probably better. You still should be able to have access to like Manaphy and all that. You make a new file. Man, I'll be honest, I am getting a little sleepy though. I just need like this hunt to be over with. It's just such a tedious hunt. It's not a bad hunt. It's just, oh no, it's a bad hunt. Oh, I was trying to make an excuse that it's not bad, but no, this is a shitty hunt. The Regice hunt is so bad. I can't believe they still haven't fixed the shine. Like they should just make a new shine for it. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. Just change it a bit. Make it more noticeable. Make it more enjoyable. Make it have like a little bit of a different off-colored bluish white. Like I don't know. I do not know. I do not know. There was a time when I tried to get the Regice. Yeah, Regice is a pain. I was at about 14K for in Sword and Shield for it. It might have been like 12K for being honest, but I think because I did a lot off stream too. I think that's where the 14K came out to. I just recorded because like once you get to a certain point in the hunt, you just don't have anything to talk about. Like you're just kind of chilling there and just sitting. And to me, that's just boring. I never want to be a person that just sits there and screaming. Just go like this. Like a frost white. Yeah, that'd been really cool. White would have been really cool. Like how you said, like a frost white. A blue. I mean, not blue. I mean, like a purplish color, like a very light purple. Maybe like a lilac purple. That might be too little bright. Maybe like something more simple than that. I think it's lavender I meant, but I could be wrong. But it had like a very light purple, kind of like almost like it's a crystal in a cave. Like when you go into like the Mewtwo caves, all the places that have crystals, it could have been like one of those type of crystal colors. Because even though it's like ice, obviously, it kind of has like a crystal body to it. Like a geode type of feel to it, a crystal geode. So I assume that it'd be cool if they did something like that. Didn't know going back now. I've been thinking about it. And I'm going around 3. Gotcha. That makes sense. Yeah, I've been on this like Regice hunt before for quite some time. It's just so boring. I'm looking forward to Legends Arceus. So honestly, like I know I've said I'm not, but like I am looking forward to playing something new. The only problem is if there's not good shine hunt, it's just gonna ruin my time playing through the game. Or if they shine lock a lot of things. If they shine lock a lot of things, that's gonna be really hard for me. So, I'm gonna be not so happy. I still really hate Snap, man. Snap had so much potential, but was so stupid. They literally made that like Luma ball or whatever, that Luma thing where like it made the Pokemon glow and whatnot. Like, well, look at that Pokemon's glowing. It's like, why didn't you just make it shiny? Why didn't you make it to where that's like glowing? Who cares? Why couldn't it be shiny? It's still the same color, it's just glowing. Like, who cares? Makes me so sad. Did you like Metroid Dread? I love Metroid Dread. However, it did not have enough content for me.
I feel like it was worth like maybe $30. 60, like the game feels really good at times. Sometimes it's complete bullshit with how it works, but for the most part, the game feels phenomenal. I will not complain about that. The game feels really good. However, and the difficulty's up there, honestly, for like a person that hasn't really played 2D platformers in a long time. There is a difficulty factor at times, which is pretty cool. But the problem was that it just wasn't enough. There wasn't enough game, but I love it. I started a new file on hard mode. It's going well. I already killed 2 Emmys. Oh, didn't they just release hard mode recently? Didn't they just release the difficulty setting? I'm glad you're having fun with it. Glad you're bopping them up. I want to play it again, but I just don't want to play on hard, so I probably won't play it for a while. I'm not really into playing harder difficulties without like any like big huge gain. As like a personal thing, like as like personal accomplishment. You know, I could, but I just decided not to because it doesn't have that big of an accomplishment to me. Is how I kind of see it. But I'm always impressed when people are playing it. I don't want to make it seem like I'm like just because I'm not doing it doesn't mean I don't think it's cool or whatnot. But you know, I love the game. It's a continuation of Metroid Fusion, which I've been wanting forever. Like I didn't even know that for the most part. Once I figured out that actually was like a week before it came out, I went, "Holy shit, no way!" Because I wasn't really paying attention too much to Metroid Dread. But I like the game a lot. I think it was a very fun game. The problem was it just is like needs more content. It just needed more content. I don't think it was worth $60 to me. I think it was worth maybe 30. And that's the only reason why, because I'm not gonna like I'll never really play it again. Like I'll play it like maybe like once every other year. I feel like it won't be a game that I play often. Well, it feels good. It gets kind of boring after a while. It gets kind of boring, kind of like, what's the point? That's kind of how I see it, you know. Now I am getting very sleepy. I need to wake up. I need to wake up so bad. I had a lot of fun chatting, but I gotta go. Good luck, and I'll try to go on another stream to talk again. Bye. See you later. See you later, Van. Nice stopping by. Nice chatting with you. I'm glad you're having fun with Metroid Dread, and looking forward to the Pokemon Arceus. At least I think you said either you said you were or you weren't. I'm looking forward to it. So I have a lot of asterisks there, like that. Make to that like caveat, like you know, I'm looking forward to it, but you know, I can't wait to play it, but. So I guess we just have to see how it goes. I'm getting super, super tired, dude. Oh man. Yep. I do be getting sleepy. I'm starting to fall asleep on my thing. I wasn't starting to fall asleep. I was just like thinking deeply what I want to do. I was waiting for the load up screens, but I am getting sleepy. I gotta get some water, I think. That's what's kind of like lagging me behind a bit. Water. Okay. Nothing special. So I got a message. Hey, I'll get 2 messages, but I can't look at all the messages from that person because fucking the iPhone's pulled on me is horrible. Horrible. iPhone gives me a goddamn aneurysm. I'll look at it later. Give me a damn headache. I do need some water really bad. I do need some damn water. I would love to play some Fire Emblem 3 House again. I love Dimitri's playthrough. I love it so much. I'm definitely wanting to do that. The only problem is I just can't. I don't do anything crazy. I just grind like crazy. I'll just go and I'll be way too overpowered. But like that's like the fun part of Fire Emblem is being so OP and just blowing up everyone. It feels so good. Like that. That's like that power fantasy type of game at times, which I'm not really into. But that one, it feels great when you're powerful in it. It feels epic. Do 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 do. Messages on TikTok. I'll have to look at them a little bit later. I haven't really been paying attention to my TikTok lately. 23, 22. Ugh. Ugh. It's about to be the 3 hour mark. What time is it? We got a bag right here. Almost 12 o'clock. I might go to like take a nap pretty soon. Get up and then just either stream or just record. I'm not 100% sure just yet. Might just stream a bit or I might record. I do not know just yet. I gotta figure that out still. Oh, that felt nice. Cracking your fingies. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Ooh, I got 1% on my phone. I got 1% on my phone. It's kind of weird how like things just come and go nowadays. Like things suck so much nowadays that when they pop up and they disappear, it's like whoa. Like that was a thing at some point, you know? Like for example, the Matrix, the new Matrix. People are pretty hyped for it. Now it just kind of it's there and now it's gone. It wasn't what people wanted and it just kind of came and gone. But like now it's like forever gone. Like I'm not seeing anyone really talk about it. I'm seeing like little tiny advertisements here and there, but like nowhere near feels good. Things just tend to be things and then end up sucking. Either end up being good or end up being bad. And they come and go. There's so much like bad shit nowadays that it's just common for things to just suck and then pop up and have their time then disappear. That's like generally how people are for the most part, though. They mostly stick with one or two things, and once it gets like it deviates away from that, they find new things. I was kind of like that for Pokemon Sun and Moon. Once I got bored of the shine hunting, I went, "Wow, this game just is not that great. This game has a lot of problems." So I got out Pokemon to do that because it was kind of boring. Like Pokemon X and Y, I played that for a very long time, and by a long time, I mean a couple months. During that time, it was long because I only have so much attention span for something like that. But for the most part, it's like that game was like when I stuck around with for a while. I wasn't streaming it yet. I was just playing it because I enjoyed it, a lot actually. But Sun and Moon, I just did not enjoy, so I did not stay there long. I just visited. I played a bit and I enjoyed the few hunts I did. But they got to a point where I'm like, this just isn't that fun as it used to be. All the games are kind of like busted up and kind of goofy. I said I want the best, but it is what it is. I am getting very tired though. I forgot to add an encounter right there. I'm getting super sleepy. It just burns through you. If you want instant gratification, yeah, that's how it goes. Like I don't mind. I get it. Sometimes people have hard lives, but at the same time, there's too much instant gratification nowadays. There's too much of it. Like just the idea of people will buy people's shinies on like eBay. That just blows my mind. That just blows my mind. Mm-hmm. I wasn't really paying attention. I kind of like dazed out right there. I was just thinking like how much. Oh no, I did pay attention. I hit the encounter, I believe. I'm gonna double check because I was kind of like out of it. I'm just tired, man. I'm I like watching things now while shiny hunting a hard hunt. Like the hunt isn't hard, but it is, you know. Yeah, I wasn't even paying attention to the hunt. I just closed my eyes when it popped up. That's funny. I could have just softened it on shiny for all I know. I need to go lay down. I'm gonna go for a little bit longer. And now that I see myself actually like I went like this and was just thinking. And like, since I'm tired, I'm not in the right mind of what I'm like, what the fuck was I doing right there? I could have easily softer side on the shiny, without a doubt. I'm a goofy man, dude. Such a goober. I'm such a goofus. I might stream tonight on Twitch. So if you guys want to go over there, I might stream. When I wake up from a nap, I might stream late at night at Twitch. I'm not sure just yet, but that is a possibility. Because I don't think I'm gonna stream here tonight, and I'll at the Discord if I do, but we'll see. But I feel like I at least need like it's like 12 o'clock, so maybe not. I'll probably like go to sleep, wake up about like 6 or 7, and then record a bit, relax, and then stream at like 1 or so tomorrow, like 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. Really just depends. But lately I just been like exhausted. Like these type of hunts exhaust me so fast because you're looking at like the same thing, you have to look at it longer. Like if we had like Regirock popping up, we would know exactly when he pops up, Registeel, we'd know exactly. Mold Trace, we would know exactly. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, it's one of those things that, like, it's just harder to tell. The heck? Okay, last encounter will be this one. Actually, let's go to 2,400. Let's keep going. I'm gonna keep myself up as much as I'm like exhausted right now. And I don't know. I guess I know why, because I haven't been sleeping much lately, and I've been like working really hard on doing encounters and all that type of stuff. And I just been exhausted. Family problems with health and whatnot. I think it all just kind of was getting to me slowly. And then just like being like in like a semi like pessimistic mood with stuff at times. I've been excited for other things too. So like I've been thinking about other small things. Not fixing, but setting up my mom's craft room for her pretty soon. We'll be doing that. I might be streaming. Yeah, I'll probably stream pretty early in the morning tomorrow. Not in the early morning. I mean like probably around like 12 o'clock, and then stream till like 4 or 5 when my mom wakes up, go help her. And then figure it all out, because my mom has the next couple days off and she really wants to set up her craft room in those days. Unless she gets called in because there's like a crazy bonus or something. She'll probably stay off for those days. You never know with my uncle, he could have some health problems during that time. Like they might have to put him in surgery. He has quite a few problems. He's bleeding from his eyes, bleeding from his nose, high blood pressure, but then there's also other problems. I don't know. It makes me wonder exactly where it all just came out of nowhere from. I mean, he's always been having health problems, but like right now it's like weird. So it makes you wonder what came from that. So who knows? You gotta really pay attention. I actually clicked him out of sync. This could be very hard. Okay, we good. We good. Hmm. This needs to hurry up and just load faster. I hate how slow the loads are in this game. It's not even that bad, honestly, but it's like it is when you're bored. I could be playing this game down here, but I'm not in the mood to play black and white at the moment. That P2 satisfied me, but also kind of pissed me off because it's like I just want Blitzel to pop up, you know? I want to actually start this badge quest playthrough. I want to start the badge quest playthrough, honestly. Ugh. Cracked my good old neck. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Do 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 do. I was happy the stream's going really well, like in the sense of like the clarity and whatnot. I don't think there's been any freezes or any skips. I started using Streamlabs again. I think it just might be my OBS software, honestly. But also because I cleaned out a lot of my computer and fixed a lot of problems it had. But I'm pretty sure it just was OBS messing up, honestly. Because this is running pretty nice. Before I had problems with this, but now it looks like OBS was the problem. But Streamlabs is a lot better from the looks of it. One second. Let me make sure that was not shiny. The one on the end, I wasn't paying attention to. I gotta check. There we go. Okay, it just was out of sequence. It just was out of sequence. Whoopsies. With these like shines that like don't change much, it's always worth double checking on. You never know what might end up being a shiny, what might not be. Now this sounds dumb, but I had something like that happen with Glory and Wheezing a long time ago. I caught it just because and ended up being shiny. I was like not looking away. I was looking away, not looking at the screen, and during that time, it ended up being shiny. And it doesn't change a whole lot, but it changes enough. But if you're not really paying attention, it does have a subtle change to it to some extent. Like, it is a lot looking back on it now, but in the moment with all the colors and what have you and all that jazz, it was definitely like a whoa. I could have missed that easy. I almost failed it too. That's so funny to me. Just a few more encounters. I think like 3 or 4 more. About 5 more, I think. Do do do. Yeah, 3 more encounters, and then I'm gonna head out. 2,500. That's not bad. 3 hour stream. That's decent. I just don't have the energy. And this hunt is like this hunt is just so bad. This Regice hunt kills me. This Regice hunt kills me. Kills me. Kills me. Kills me. There we go. In between them, I'm like just like taking a little like nap break. In between them, I'm just kind of sitting there, go like this, waiting to pass the time. A little like half paying attention. Just a little half paying attention. This is why I really have to pay attention right here. Oops. That woke me up, that bright light. I'm kind of just closing my eyes and resting and waiting for these to pop up, honestly. Just thinking about things. Thinking about things. Hurry up and load. There we go. And the encounter. Last encounter after this one of the stream, and then I'm going to go to bed. I'll have a longer stream hopefully tomorrow and a better one. I won't complain so much about Arceus tomorrow, I don't think. Then again, who knows? And we'll just chill. Hopefully tonight, if I wake up, I'll be able to get the Regice. So hopefully we'll be starting with Regirock. That'd be very, very nice. That'd be very, very nice. There we go. Last encounter of the stream. I'm sleepy. I'm starting to like nod off here and there. I think of a ravioli Chef Boyardee commercial. Oh man. Oh, I don't think we got nothing. No luck. Okay, guys. Only got 3 hour stream. Not too bad. I'm tired. I'm gonna get some rest. Thank you for watching. I'll hopefully have a longer stream tomorrow. I'm getting a few things sorted out, trying to work on some stuff, and hopefully when we come back tomorrow in the coming days, we'll be in a better setup for a few things. Either way, have a good night, and I'll